welcome to another Ace Attorney stream. We are playing the episode, well, technically 6 of Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, but this is a special episode. So let's get right into it. Yes.
My name is Phoenix Wright, head of the Wright Anything Agency and a lawyer. Although, I was doing something else entirely for a while there. As for why I decided to formally get back into lawyering, let's just say there's unfinished business to take care of. Anyway, I thought I'd reminisce about my first case back on the job, and what a case it was. It happened only a few months after Athena joined our office.
Pirates?
Captain Marla! Ye made it just in time!
I know it isn't One Piece, but are we watching One Piece now?
We be pirates, we love to sail the seven seas. Just a bunch of scallywags who are as free can be. We swim through storms and
What the heck is this?
treasure and adventures waiting just for me.
Kinda awesome, not gonna lie. Oh, it's a show. Okay, that makes more sense. Alrighty then, back to it. Today is my first day back on the job as a lawyer. Putting this attorney's badge on again really makes it hit home. Boy, am I pumped. Even Trucy said, "Looking good, Daddy." So, Athena, Apollo, what do you think of the old attorney's badge? Wow. This ship-shape aquarium shows is pretty great. I can't get enough of it. Athena? I still can't believe they showed the Swashbuckler Spectacular on TV. Good thing I recorded this. Now, who's ready for another viewing? And it really helps. Oh. Okay. Thing just glitched out for a second. I still go there every now and then to further my psychological studies. Psychology studies. There we go. The last time I went, I saw a dolphin and an orca swimming around together. It was so... Hey, do you two think you can quit goofing off and do some work for a change? Work? But we've already cleaned the toilet twice, each. Hey, wait a minute. Is that your badge I see? Wow, congrats on getting your attorney's badge back, boss. Thanks. Starting today, I'm officially a lawyer again. Sheesh, took them long enough to notice. Gee, Mr. Wright, with that badge on, you suddenly look so capable. Hahaha. Thanks. It's not like I was some lazy bum, you know. But what made you suddenly so fired up to get your badge back anyway? Well, I made a promise to a certain someone. An important promise. What could be so important? Anyway, we have 3 lawyers now, so we'd better start taking on lots of work. I'm up for that. Let's get this agency hopping. Well, we have plenty of enthusiasm. All we need now are some clients. It's been 8 years since I wore this badge. I feel like a rookie all over again. And this just in. The owner of Ship-Shape Aquarium, Captain Jack Shipley, has been murdered. The suspect in the case is reportedly already in custody inside the aquarium. Isn't that the aquarium we were just watching, Athena? It is! I can't believe it. A murder at the Ship-Shape Aquarium? But I love that place. We need to get to the bottom of this. Really? I guess I'm in luck then. I need Phoenix Wright to save my friend. Who in the world is this? Are you a client? Wait, that costume. It looks just like... I've got it. You must work at Ship-Shape Aquarium. That's right. You minnow it. I'm Sasha Buckler. I perform like a agile catfish in our pirate show. It'll blowfish your mind. Minnow? Blowfish? Those puns floundered a bit. Hehe, I've figured out the client's identity. Chalk one up for analytical psychology. My friend is under suspicion of murder, so I really need some help. That's why I've got to find this Phoenix Wright guy. Well, I'm Phoenix Wright. And this is Apollo Justice and Athena Sykes. They're lawyers too. If there's anything you need, all you have to do is ask. The same goes for me too, Miss Buckler. Haha, just call me Sasha. And I'll call you all by your first names too, if that's alright. Phoenix, Apollo, Athena. You have to help me. Please save my friend. Guess we better start by asking her more about her defense request. Miss Buckler, Sasha, could you tell us more about why you need our help? My friend is suspected of murdering the captain of Ship-Shape Aquarium. Captain? I thought the victim was the owner of the aquarium. Yeah, well, our aquarium has a pirate ship theme. That's why we call the owner a captain. We call the employees crew, too. That's a pretty unusual aquarium you got there. Anyway, one of our crew members, my friend, is being suspected of the captain's murder. They've already decided she's guilty. I think they'll give her the death penalty. What? What happened to due process? But my friend is as sweet and gentle as a whale shark. She wouldn't hurt a guppy. I know there's no way she'd murder anyone, but they won't believe me. But with a name like Wright, I figured you'd be able to help me set them straight. Wait a minute. Don't tell me she picked you all because of a bad pun. Ouch. I see my reputation doesn't precede me. But seriously, my name can't be the real reason she's here. What's the real reason you picked me, Sasha? Well, to be honest, I asked a whole slew of lawyers, but they all refused. They said stuff like, there's no merit to taking your case, or I'm not sure I can help. They're all as cruel as sharks, with hearts punier than whitebait. Oh, I can really feel Sasha's frustration. With nobody on her side, she must feel all alone. But helping people like her is the whole reason I became a lawyer in the first place. And then I heard about a lawyer named Phoenix Wright. They say he defends clients to the end, no matter how bleak the circumstances. Well, guess my reputation does precede me. Not sure how well deserved it is, though. I thought to myself, if anyone can save my friend, it's you, Phoenix. Quite a tall order. There for a man who just got his badge back. But I don't want to let Sasha down, or her friend. Let's help her, Mr. Wright. Let's save her friend. That's just what I was thinking. Sasha will accept your case. You will? Oh, thank you. You're a lifesaver, literally. Well, no time to stand around and mull it over things. I want you to meet my friend right away. Come to Ship Shape Aquarium with me. You got it. And I'll go too. Sorry, but I need you to stay here and keep an eye on the office until Trucy gets back. You never know when a new client might stop by. How come I'm the one who has to stay behind? Thanks a million, Apollo. Well, ladies, let's move to the aquarium, shall we? Sorry, Apollo. It's okay, Trucy will be back soon, and then you can come join us. Wow, this is gorgeous. It's just like being under the sea. Yeah, this is the aquarium tunnel, our pride and joy. I'm really glad you like it. I'm going to go on ahead and fill the detective in on your arrival. Take a look around the tunnel and then come meet me up at the pool up ahead on the right. Hey boss, look at this cute little fish. Hmm? I bet it would be delicious grilled. Seriously? Is that really all you can think of? Well, I didn't get to eat lunch today. Oh, and here comes some grilled chicken. That's not a chicken. Exactly. That's not a chicken, it's a penguin. Come here, little cutie. It ignored me. Maybe it was hungry too. Oh, look. It dropped something. Ah! It's an ad for the Swashbuckler Spectacular show. That penguin had a whole bunch of these stuffed in its backpack. So it's passing out flyers? Huh? How cute. A carrier penguin that distributes flyers? We could use one of those for our office. An advertisement showing an orca dressed up like a pirate. It was dropped by a penguin. Well, can't keep the client waiting. We'd better get going. Yeah, you're right. Time to roll up our sleeves. Huh? I don't see Sasha. Ah, are you two the lawyers Miss Buckler mentioned? Detective Fulbright, are you the lead detective on this case? Oh, of course he's still there because this is right when Phoenix gets his attorney badge back. So this is before pretty much all of our cases this game. That's right. As long as evil exists in this world, there will be no rest for me. I know who you are, Mr. Fulbright. And who is your sea urchin-like friend there? I don't believe we've met. Is he talking about me? I'm the defendant's lawyer, Phoenix Wright. Or maybe it is the real Fulbright. I don't know. I guess it's hard to say because it was before everything. I don't remember when the real one died, so... who knows. Well, I'm Detective Bobby Fulbright. People don't usually get to see this area. It's only open now because of the investigation. You two are pretty lucky to get this peek behind the scenes of an aquarium. Lucky? Right. This guy is even louder than Apollo. So, where is the suspect being questioned, and where is Miss Buckler? Here I be, me buckaroos. Eek! Ah! Shiver me timbers. There be one of dread pirate No stashes, scurvy swabs. I beg your pardon? I'm no one's swab, scurvy, or otherwise. More shameless than a sea lion you be, trying to make off with me best bucko. If you want to pick a fight with us, ye best bring along an army o' great white sharks. Sasha, what's going on here? Let me introduce you. This is my friend I was telling you about. Her name is Aura Shipley. But she only responds to Orla, so that's what people call her. I'm her trainer. She's the suspect in the murder, but she never hurt anyone. We're defending an orca. Alright then. She's the suspect? Yeah, and thank goodness he came before they put her down. I'm really grateful to the two of you. I just know you'll save Orla. What? Don't tell me you didn't even know who your client was. An orca is the suspect? Our client is an orca? Is this for real? Oh, did I forget to mention that? Oopsie. That's one very big oopsie. By the way, what was that mustache earlier? Oh, this be part of me costume for the Swashbuckler Spectacular. When I be wearing the mustache, I be one of Captain Orla's swashbucklers. A transformation as dramatic as a pufferfish's, wouldn't you say? I don't think I would ever say that. It's a pirate-themed aquarium, so that's why Orla is wearing a pirate hat, right? Yep, she really loves wearing hats. She puts them on all the time. But her fake mustache keeps falling off, so that's a problem. I see. Well, why don't we start with you telling us a little bit more about Orla? So, you're really suspicious about me defending Orla? Or, not suspicious. So, you're really serious about me defending Orla? Of course I am. You're the only one who can do it, Phoenix. I heard you once questioned an animal during a trial, and that got your client off the hook. No way! You did that? I, might have tried something like that at one point in my career. Oh, you're gonna have to tell me about this later. Or I'll ask Apollo for all the juicy details. Well, Apollo wasn't really around at that point. When I heard you didn't discriminate against animals, I knew you'd hear me out. I have to warn you though, I don't know anything about orcas. I mean, they don't eat people, do they? I think I made her mad. I won't have you talk that way in front of Orla. Orcas have feelings too, you know. Yeah, boss, they have emotions, just like we do. So, sorry. Is anger the only feeling I inspire in a woman? Don't worry. She says she forgives you. Okay. Besides, the orcas are very picky eaters. Orla here only eats fish. The captain went to feed Orla this morning, and then he was found dead in this very room. Could you tell us more about his death? So, the owner of the aquarium Jack Shipley was discovered murdered? Yeah, it was about 10:10 this morning, just after the aquarium opened. A visitor was viewing the orca pool from the visitor's corridor and screamed. The orca pool is this tank here. Yeah, that's right. This pool is built so that guests can see into it from the corridor on the first floor. The security guard and I heard the scream and came running into the pool room, where we found the captain dead at the side of the pool in his swashbuckler costume. He was as big and tough as an old crocodile, the captain. I still can't believe he's dead. Mr. Shipley was very important to you, wasn't he? Sorry, I didn't mean to get all sad goldfish on you. Sad goldfish? Okay, time to snap her out of it. When it's showtime, it's time to smile. That's what the captain always says. By the way, do you know why exactly Orca is being accused of the crime? Can you think of any reason why Orla would come under suspicion? The police think Orla went berserk during practice for the Swashbuckler Spectacular. But Orla would never do anything like that. Right, Orla? Aw, just look at that face. Isn't she adorable? The charges just have to be false. Hate to break it to you, but the police don't usually base their decisions on cuteness. That's right, we base them on facts. Take a look at this. Well, the first thing I see is the little red splotch on his head, which kind of looks like he was stabbed in the head. And also the torn bits in his coat. And the fact that there's no blood residue whatsoever in the pool. Yeah, I don't think it was Orla. A pool of the victim, huh? He's got a wound on his head. Very perceptive. The victim and the orca were the only ones here. What's more, he couldn't find a weapon of any kind around here. Okay, so you didn't see the killer, and the killer ran away with the weapon, probably. Yeah, definitely no possibility of third person whatsoever. Or I guess a second person in this case. So, what's the theory on how Orla supposedly killed the victim? They say orcas sometimes kill their prey by ramming into them underwater. We believe this orca did just that by pulling the victim into his 65-foot pool, and then ramming him while they were in the water. I guess that would explain no blood, but it would not explain the wound on the head. Without any suspects besides Orla, this could be one tough case. Cross-section view of the pool. The second floor sections of the orca pool. The pool is about 65 feet deep. No official autopsy has been ordered, but an orca attack makes sense. Why hasn't one been ordered? Accidental death due to failure to exercise proper oversight over an animal? The medical examiner said it wasn't a homicide, so we don't need an autopsy. So Orla's gonna be put down without a proper investigation? This isn't fair. That's nothing short of police negligence, Detective Fulbright. The incident wasn't determined a homicide, so there's nothing we can do, Miss Sykes. Ordinarily, the owner of the aquarium would be held responsible for the oversight failure, but the owner of is the victim himself, so all we can do is hold the orca responsible. Phoenix, isn't there anything we can do? They're going to put Orla down. Sasha and Orla are depending on me. I want to do everything I can to help them. But how can I help an orca? Wait. Yes, I can do this. Just a moment, just making sure everything's still running. Okay. Find the real killer, defend Orla in court, or set Orla free. Find the real killer. I'll find the real killer. Oh, thank you, Phoenix. And I'll do everything I can to help you. Wait, just one moment. You're not a police officer or a prosecutor. You're not even officially the defendant's lawyer. You have no right to investigate. I'm not officially Orla's lawyer, huh? In that case, I know exactly what I have to do. Yes, I can do this. Okay, I guess we're gonna defend her. I got my badge back now, so I know exactly what I have to do. I'll defend Orla in court. Huh? Even an orca deserves a fair trial. If the one responsible for Orla is dead, then I'll take responsibility for her. You'll what? I guess doing crazy things just once in your career wasn't enough, huh? But what the heck? I'll take responsibility for her too. Are you two insane? This is a case of accidental death caused by an animal. It's not a murder case. With no evidence of foul play, this case will never go to court. Then let us investigate the crime scene. If we can prove this was a murder, we might be able to take it to trial. And then Orla will certainly need the help of a few good lawyers. I guess so. But who's ever heard of a trial for a killer whale? Just because it's never been done before doesn't... Excuse me. Before doesn't mean we can't do it now. But... Please, Detective Fulbright, for justice's sake. The police have determined that an animal that has harmed a human should be put down. But I don't know for sure whether that was a just decision. If your sense of justice compels you to take on the defense of this animal, then my sense of justice tells me to let this case be re-examined for possible merit. You mean it? Really? That's fantastic. You're not such a bad guy after all, Detective Fulbright. Ooh, trust me, he's a bad guy. Just remember, this case hasn't been officially recognized as a homicide yet. I'll get in touch with the prosecutor's office, but I'm not making any promises. Anyway, I'd better be off. You two are our lifeboat. I'll be right here if you need me. Thanks. I've got a feeling we'll really need your help with this investigation. We're still not sure if it'll go to trial, but as Orla's lawyers, we'll do everything we can. To get this case into court, we'll need a prosecutor to make an indictment. So, we have to find enough evidence to prove it's a criminal case. There just has to be something that shows the culprit was somebody other than Orla. Detective Fulbright said there were no weapons in the area other than her. So we'd better look for something to prove him wrong. We'd better make a note of that so I don't forget. You sure are organized, boss. Maybe I should get a notebook of my own. I just like to jot down notes on the case in a court record as I go along. We can use it as a sort of to-do list. Great idea. I'll add things too, and whenever we're stuck, we can just refer to the notes. To read my notes, just open the court record, and then flip to them with Q and E. There, note jotted. Now let's investigate this crime scene. So E, and then E, E, E. Okay. So we have all our evidence. We have all the people. The Orcus picture. And then we have search the crime scene, look for a murder weapon. Got it. There has to be some evidence here we can use in court. Examining the crime scene from every angle is the key here. That's right. If we change our perspective, we might come across new evidence. Let's first see what we can find using WASD. And when we're ready, we can use B and M to change our perspective. Or, if there's a particular spot that's got your attention, get right up to it and look away. Like the outline of the body in the far right there. Of course, talking to everyone involved is one of the keys to good investigation. Exactly. And if we present items to people, we might learn even more. Right, it all boils down to thorough legwork. Well, let's get started. Alright, let's examine. Body, you say? Oh, whoops. It's too far away. To get a good look. I'd better get a little closer first. I see. So, let's do this then. What a mess. Was all this stuff knocked over when the victim struggled with his killer? It's possible, but it would be hard to prove. Let's take a closer look, shall we? Okay. A bunch of swords. Look at all this stuff scattered everywhere. I see some swords. I wonder if they have anything to do with this case. They're made out of rubber. I doubt they could be used as a weapon. But I still bet if someone got whacked with one, it would sting quite a bit. Yeah, I guess it would. But I think I could stand the pain. Yeah? Good for you. Oh look, there's a blow-up dolphin and an anchor too. Mr. Wright, are you even listening to me? Stop looking at those toys. Yikes, guess I've been caught red-faced. Okay then. What else is there? Don't think anything over there. What's this ball? Orla's not going to notice me from here. I'd better move around to the front. Okay, can I look at the ball? Oh look, there's a ball in the water. Is that another prop for the show? That's one of Orla's toys. She plays volleyball with it. It's usually in the bin. Guess I must have forgotten to put it away yesterday. Wow, I wish I could play volleyball with Orla. You have as much fight in you as a mean old lobster. I like it. There aren't many people who want to be on the receiving end of Orla's fastball. Her fastball? Yeah, she likes to be naughty and slam the ball into things around the pool. You should hear the sound that ball makes when it crashes into stuff. Well, maybe some other time. She suddenly went from fighting lobster to reluctant hermit crab. Okay. Let's go to the front again. Is that show makeup above Orla's eye? That's right, it's a starfish. Kinda makes her look like a punk rockin' pirate, don't you think? A punk rock pirate killer whale? It's official. Society is on the road of ruin. Well, I think Orla is one hot rockfish. Speaking of rockin', how do you get Orla to do what you want during the show? I give her signals with this whistle. Doesn't sound like much of a whistle. Oh, but I didn't hear anything just now. Oh, it's probably on a frequency she can only hear. The sound's out of the range of human hearing. It's just like a dog whistle. That makes sense. Orcas have better hearing than people do. They can even hear the whistle underwater. That's so cool. I wish I could give commands to Orla. Anyone can do that. All they'd have to do is learn the signals. Here, Athena, you can have one of our whistles. Consider it a present. A whistle for issuing instructions to Orla. Anyone can use one to command her, as long as they know the right signals. So the murderer is somebody who knows the signals, are they? Gee, thanks. As for the actual commands, I'm afraid I can't teach them to you. They're top secret. Alright. It doesn't look like the ladder goes all the way down to the bottom of the pool. But there's usually water in the pool, so it doesn't need to. So apparently the pool spans 2 whole floors. Ordinarily, visitors only get to see what they can from the first floor. But they said on TV that they sometimes give behind-the-scenes tours. Sounds like that Swashbuckler Spectacular show you recorded is really coming in handy. Yeah, she watched it 5 whole times. Didn't you hear? A setting sun. Sunsets always remind me of how quickly the day goes by. Oh, boss, it's just a painted backdrop, you know? Down, Athena. Of course I know. I guess they use it for the Swashbuckler Spectacular. It looks handmade. Oh, I just got an idea. Why don't we make our own not guilty backdrop? And present it to the judge when things aren't going our way? No, we put psychological pressure on the judge by hanging it behind the defendant. I almost want to see how the judge would respond to that. I kind of want to see that too. What's this thing? There's a piece of meat and a plastic hoop suspended from the ceiling. Talk about a clashy decor. I guess Orla really likes meat. Who knew they fed her such large chunks, though? All orcas are carnivores. You knew that, right? Of course, silly. And I love meat too. Protein is your body's basic building block after all. But that meat is made out of rubber. I doubt Orla could really eat it, even if she wanted to. You mean to tell me she jumps all the way up there and doesn't get her a reward? The poor girl, after all that effort. I don't think Orla is as dumb as you think she is. Hey, look, there's an apparatus here to hang from. I don't think it's for people to hang from. It looks more like a crane to move things with. But Sasha was hanging from it during the Swashbuckler Spectacular. I bet there are all kinds of ways to use it, not just to move things. Come on, boss, try thinking outside the box. Is she trying to say I have a narrow-minded view on things? Remember? Yikes! Look at that huge octopus. That must be a show prop too. One of its legs is missing though. Wouldn't it be exciting to take on a large enemy like that? I'd like to give it a try myself, as a lawyer that is. You know, you have an insufficient number of limbs on to out-object it, right? Alright. Anything? Oh, there's something there. Looks like the control panel for that crane apparatus. There sure are a lot of buttons. When I see this many buttons, I start to get fidgety. I know what you mean. I start itching to press them, right? Nah, I start itching to make a psychological study of people who want to push buttons. Need I remind you that I'm your boss, not your guinea pig. Wanted things. That's probably just for the show. Some more meat. The door. The doors are slightly open, and there are police officers standing guard outside. I guess they're watching to make sure we don't try any funny business. Well, now that you've said it, I suddenly feel the urge to do something. How about I suddenly break out some squat exercises? That would be pretty funny. Yeah, that might cause a few raised eyebrows in ways you don't want, Athena. Anything else? I don't see anything else. Oh, that thing. Hey, there's a cannon in the shape of a shark. I'd love to try firing that thing. Boom! Are these cannonballs supposed to look like fish eggs or something? But why fish eggs? Why not baby sharks? Think about how crazy it would be to have sharks go flying through the air. Watch the thrilling life or death struggle as the little takes fight or stay alive out of water. I can see it now, the drama, the mayhem, the whirlwind of teeth. A tornado of sharks? Not even Hollywood could conjure something that insane. I guess Phoenix hasn't heard of the Sharknado movies. Okay, anything else? Did we not look at the body yet? What a mess. Was all this stuff knocked over when the victim struggled with his killer? It's possible, but it would be hard to prove. Let's take a look Let's take a closer look, shall we? So this is where the body was found, huh? If they suspect Orla, maybe they found some evidence of the attack on the victim. Orla didn't attack the captain. She loved him. The captain rescued Orla when she was little, after she got beached on the shore. He tried to release her into the ocean, but she kept coming back. I can tell Orla's sad about losing the captain. She's just not her usual chipper self. Orla must really love this aquarium and the captain. She's the only one around here big and strong enough to play with the big, tough captain. Every day she made a point of headbutting him and stealing his hat. Yikes, I guess you weren't kidding when you said the captain was a real strong guy. I guess that's about it. Under different circumstances, I would have loved to see the swashbuckler spectacular. The three of us always performed the show together. Me, Orla, and the captain. Today's show has been cancelled, but we could put on a little performance for you, you know? For you now. Alright, let's see this performance. We be Captain Orla's swashbucklers. Me, buckos, we love to sail the seven seas. We've come to root that mangy Balgarg, dread pirate Nostache. Advast, there he be, Nostache himself, prepared to feed the fishes. Am I playing the role of no stash? Well, Sasha has a stash and you don't, so I guess so. Hit him with your water, Captain, and spare no quarter. Ah! Oh great, the orca's laughing at Phoenix. We swim through storms and waves. Grand treasure and adventures await just for me. Wow, that was awesome. Your performance packed quite a wallop. Yeah, I, for one, feel like I took quite a beating. Sorry about that. Can't have a show without a bad guy role, right? But a singing orca, huh? It must have been tough to train her to do that. That's Orla's best trick. She can only sing one song, though. Well, she's still got one up on a pianist who can't even play one song. Well, not that we've had a taste of the show. We'd better do some more investigating. Good idea. Let's go to the aquarium tunnel. Alright, to the tunnel. So, you all done investigating the pool already? We had a good look around, but now we're moving on to other areas. How is the police investigation going? Did you, say for example, find any other suspects beside Orla? Ha ha ha. Wouldn't that be fortunate for you if we did? But no, I'm afraid not. And even more unfortunate for you, I'm afraid we found decisive evidence of the Orca's guilt. What? But please, tell us more, Detective. So, what's this decisive evidence? Don't hold out on us now, Detective Fulbright. Alright. I'm very sorry, but I can't share classified information with the defense. Especially not security footage that shows the moment the orca attacked the victim. Yep, I'm to personally see to it that this baby stays safe. It will never leave my side. Excuse me, but there's a call for you, Detective. I'll be right there. Sorry, guys, you know how it is. Well, he never said that he wouldn't leave its side, I guess. Now, let's sneak a peek. He's such a bad detective. What the? Is this supposed to be the moment Orla attacked the victim? It doesn't really show much. This little bit of footage doesn't prove anything. I agree. I believe in Orla and Sasha. Let's just continue with our investigation. Good idea. Huh? There's a sticker on this camera that says, "Return to the Pubbo Danger." Guess someone there manages the cameras. Let's check it out later. Sorry about that. Prosecutor Blackwell called to remind me to go feed Taka. So, where were we? Oh, that's right. You two got any more questions for me? No, we're good. Thank you for leaking all your info. Yeah. Okay, let's move along then. So this is the Pubbo Danger. This looks like one of those hands-on exhibits. It has a real air of danger, don't you think? Definitely, I wouldn't want to be standing under that jellyfish jar thing, or the skeleton holding the gigantic wine bottle. Well, the banner does say it's the pub o' danger. Let's see, according to the description, this room is a pub where pirates gather, explore, and interact with sea creatures. Actually, feel the electricity of electric eels and feed real piranhas. Experience the terror of the seas with these dangerous experiments. All of those sound less like terror and more like torture to me. Ahem. Like you to keep it down there, Blue Boy. I'm conducting an experiment. I think she was the one in the security footage. Do not disturb me unless you wish to be zapped with an electric eel. My apologies, ma'am. Wow, she seems intense. Excuse me, but who are you? Before you ask others, shouldn't you give your name first? Basic manners, young lady. Oh yes, of course. My name is... Never mind. I will simply call you Yellow Girl. It's easier that way. I am Norma de Plume. I am very interested in Shipshape Aquarium and am a frequent visitor here. But I don't want to be Yellow Girl. You think I want to be called Blue Boy? Let's just see what she has to say. You say you're interested in the aquarium, but you don't look like a staff member, She just said she's a visitor. Let's see, I've got it. You're someone completely unrelated to this aquarium. That's some deductive reasoning there, champ. I am a visitor, a patron, a customer, a guest, and what might you be? I'm not a what, I'm a lawyer. Hey, that's what I was going to say. And I run a law office. Well, whatever you are, I don't have the slightest interest. Just who does she think she is, boss? A visitor, a patron, a customer, a guest, remember? I thought they closed the aquarium and weren't letting members of the public in. Oh, ho ho! But I have a special permission, you see. And why exactly is that, if I may ask? Well, because of the heavens, I've said too much. Psyche locks, huh? I remember this. Psyche locks. Huh? Psychedelic rock? Cyborg clocks? What? No, psyche locks. It's the power of this Magatama. It gives me the ability to see secrets locked away in someone's heart. If I can remove the locks, I can uncover their secrets. I didn't know you had a magical item like that. It looks like this lady knows something about what happened. I'll just use my Magatama and undo her psyche locks. Huh? I can't see the locks anymore. Huh? The color of that stone looks different from before. That's funny. Maybe it's just out of juice? It can do that? Yeah, a certain girl I know poured her spiritual power into it for me. Without that power, I can't undo the psyche locks. No way. Humph. Why do I have to keep quiet about it anyway? Why do you have a lipstick in there? I've never been any good at keeping secrets. But I did promise after all, so I guess I had better keep my mouth shut. Who did you promise what to? No comment. Now go away. Huh. Just when I thought we could find out more about the case. Let's go try to find some other way. I'm sure we'll find something. Alright. I feel like we've already been everywhere, though. Back to the pool, maybe? No, this is about the same. Tunnel? Tunnel. Hey, Detective Fulbright's gone. It looks like the police investigation is over, too. That's too bad. I was hoping to get a little more out of him. Yo, yo, yo ho ho! Cleaner? Nuh-uh, feeder? That's right. Yo, girl, why are you hiding from me? I'm searching all around like that. Is that somebody rapping? Oh, no wonder I couldn't keep up. Oh my god. I don't want to rap. Yo, Riffle, just come back to me. We can be together and sing Cree Cree Cree. What's this guy's rapping and making strange bird sounds? He's probably trying to find the penguin. Yikes, who's there? You didn't hear me rapping, did ya? Yeah, well, maybe. Ah! Look, just do me a favor and pretend you didn't hear nothing. Fine by us, but who might you be? I'm Marlon Rhymes. I'm an animal keeper here. But the aquarium is already closed today. I'm pretty sure it is. Pretty sure? You don't sound too certain. Oh, are you the new here or something? Wow, yeah, that's right. Pretty good guess. So, who are you guys? I'm Phoenix Wright. And I'm Athena Sykes. We're lawyers and we're going to represent Orla by taking her case to court and proving she's innocent. Are you serious? You want to defend an orca in court? Oh, but if you're here for Orla, that must make you friends with Sasha's. Sorry if I came across as rude. It sounds like he's friends with Sasha. Sometimes when I'm by myself, I like to rap to pass the time. Especially when I'm around the animals I love. Oh, I love animals too, especially marine creatures like dolphins. I like marine creatures too, but just the ones you can eat. Yeah? Well, people who like animals are good people. That's what I always say. If there's anything I can do for you two, just say the word. I just started working here though, so I don't know how much help I can be. Mr. Rhymes seems pretty friendly. Yeah, friendly and agreeable. So, what exactly do you do here as an animal keeper? Mainly, I clean the place and feed the animals. Wiping all the glass takes forever. I can imagine. This tunnel alone must take most of the day. I also prep food the animals eat. That's the hardest part of all. You mean it's really difficult to get the hang of? Nah, I mean, I'm a vegetarian, so cutting fish and meat and stuff up creeps me out. Now, there's something I never expected to hear from a pirate. Do you know anything about the incident that took place this morning? Yeah, one of our guests saw what happened and started screaming. Let me guess who that was. I came running, but by the time I got there, I couldn't see the orca or the captain. Neither of them, huh? Speaking of the captain, what was he like? Like a strong captain who can turn a wild bunch of ruffians into some great pirates. He always treated us fairly and equally, human and fishes alike, a real deal man. Hey, what are you crying for? I'm I'm not crying, it's just I can feel your heart crying, that's all. G Girl, what you talking about? I'm not crying either. I I guess I won't mention that his eyes are puffier than a pair of pufferfish. I bet Sasha and our vet, Dr. Crab, are even more upset by his death. Vet? This aquarium has a resident vet? Yeah, yo, hold up. I haven't seen Dr. Crab this morning. Staff are supposed to stay put. The night shift has been on duty since last night, but they won't let it. Oh no. Ugh. This is cringy and I do not like rapping at all. Anyway, that's what she's like, so we named her Rifle. Alright. Okay, but did you have to wrap it? That's just how I roll. Does Rifle wear a backpack by chance? Yeah, that's the one. So you've seen her, huh? She's always running away. She's such a good runner, we decided to put her to work delivering flyers. Do you really want a dangerous penguin like that running loose? Rifle's not dangerous. She only attacks people she doesn't like. Okay. When we ran into earlier, she didn't attack us. She straight up ignored us, actually. Hey, I have an idea. If you run into Rifle again, would you mind feeding her for me? She didn't come back to the pool at feeding time like usual, so I've been looking for her. She loves the smell of fish, so she might come over to you if you have some. Oh, I would love to feed a penguin. That'd be okay, right, boss? I don't mind, as long as you carry the fish. P.U. It smells so fishy. Athena, it's fish. Of course it's gonna smell fishy. Really, what a shocker. Oh yeah, besides Rifle, I've been looking for a small fry too. Small fry? Is that another penguin? Nah, she's a friend I made. A high school girl. Why would a high school girl be called Small Fry? She went off looking for Rifle somewhere and hasn't been back. Is she your girlfriend? What? Nah, no way. Sasha is the only one I... Oh, so you like Sasha, do you? So you like Miss Buckler, do you? Okay, I'm just on the same wavelength as Athena lately. Except when she's surprised that fish smells like fish. Well, I really respect her, you know? We have different tastes in music, but I admire the way she lives her life. It's not like I like her, it's more complicated than that. Is it now? I'm pretty sure that all adds up to like. She tries to put on a brave face. but I think the captain's death is hitting her hardest of all. I would assume so. After all, it was her human show partner that got killed by that orca. So you think Orla really did it? Well, I can understand how Sasha feels. But she's only one of us who doesn't think the orca did it. Well, she loves Orla as well. I think it makes perfect sense. Oh, I see. I guess it isn't easy to believe in somebody who can't even speak up for herself. Anyone. Oh, not anyone. Anyway, let me know if you see Rifle or Small Fry, okay? Small Fry said she was gonna go check the orca pool. Maybe we'll head back there then. Huh? There's something on the left side of the pool that wasn't there before. Oh, I didn't see that. It looks like an electronic sword. Hey, you're back. Hey, Sasha. What's with the strange sword here? Oh, that's a walkie-talkie. It's probably Rifle's. Rifle can use a walkie-talkie? She's always running away, so we attached a walkie-talkie to her. If we can hear the sounds around her, we can usually guess where she is. But not if she drops the walkie-talkie on the floor. Every member of the crew has one too, so we can communicate back and forth. We can even use them to broadcast to specific parts of the aquarium. Cool, huh? That is pretty cool. Then again, I feel like I've always found walkie-talkies kind of cool. Well, if Rifle's walkie-talkie is here, then Rifle might still be here too. Rifle, come out, wherever you are. Eek! Forget that there was an orca there? Are you okay? You have to be careful around pools or you might slip right in. I'm more afraid of my heart jumping right out. Hey, who's that riding on Orla? Isn't that Rifle? Hey, you're right. Come here, Rifle. Ugh, she ignored me again. Why doesn't that penguin like me? Ugh, ah. Hey, if the penguin didn't like you, they would attack you. That's what it sounds like to me anyway, so... The penguin's probably just indifferent. Now you've scared Rifle away with all that yelling. Well, I'm not giving up. I'll make that penguin like me if it's the last thing I do.
Hey, get back here, you little pipsqueak!
Oh my god.
Oh, sorry, Rifle, but at least you seem all right.
Hey, Pearl! Hey, it's Pearls? Oh, Mr. Nick. I haven't seen you in ages. Could Pearls be the small fry Mr. Grimes was talking about? Well, Pearls has always been small, so I guess that adds up, but at the same time, I don't know if I like that nickname for her. Congratulations on your return to lawyering. I've been thinking about stopping by your office for a visit to congratulate you. This is Pearl Faye. I call her Pearls. She may dress a little funny. But that's because she's a spirit medium, a real prodigy with great power at that. I've known her since she was little, and she sometimes comes to the office for a visit. She's just a little older than Trucy, so she's been like a big sister to her. Oh my god. guess that adds up that she would be older than Trucy, but it is kind of weird. Anyway, it's kind of weird to think that Pearl's a teenager now. I guess everyone here knows Mr. Nick then. He's such a nice guy, don't you think? Is she trying to be my big sister too now? What are you doing here, Pearls? My summer camp is here on a field trip. I've never been to such a big aquarium before, so I was really looking forward to it. But then that incident happened, and the police just finished questioning me. Oh, I see. Mr. Nick, who's that lady next to you? I'm Athena Sykes. I'm a new lawyer at the Wright Anything agency. Oh, how do you do? My name is Pearl Faye. Please tell me you aged out of being like, no, you can't be with anyone but Maya. My cousin and my friends call me Pearly. Pearly it is, then. Nice to meet you. So, how did the two of you meet? Well, you know how I used to travel to Europe to study their legal systems, Pearls? I met Athena on one of those trips. So, tell me more about how the two of you met in Europe. Hey, I thought I was supposed to be the one asking the questions here. A long time ago, Mr. Wright helped me out of a difficult jam. That's when I started thinking about becoming a lawyer like him. So, you're like her mentor, huh, Mr. Nick? Yeah, something like that, I guess. Mr. Wright is the whole reason I am who I am today. Oh. Just a moment. Okay. Gee, Mr. Nick, it looks like you've become a real adult since the last time I saw you. We've always been an adult the entire time I've known you, Pearls. Well, would you look at that? Rifle loves you. She sure does seem to be attracted to you, Pearls. Hehe, I'm so glad she likes me. Penguins are so adorable, aren't they? I even bought myself a little penguin calendar here at the aquarium gift shop. I have it hanging from my bag already. Oh, how cute! A calendar in the shape of a penguin. That calendar is a real hit with all our female visitors. I even have one myself. But the rest of the staff thinks it's too cutesy. It is a pretty cute penguin, and I do love calendars. I guess it doesn't really fit the whole rough and tumble pirate image very well. But, why does this calendar kind of smell like fish? What do you mean, Mr. Nick? Please don't be rude. Uh-oh, I got Pearls mad. Penguin shaped like a calendar that Pearls bought at the aquarium. It smells fishy for some reason. Well, it is an aquarium. Everybody's so surprised that everything smells fishy here. So, you were looking for Rifle too? That's right, I was trying to keep Mr. Marlin, the animal keeper. Come here, Rifle, come on. She went towards Orla instead. Grr, why can't I get Rifle to like me? Maybe you should quit chasing after her with that scowl of yours. Mr. Nick, how could you speak to a lady so rudely? Uh-oh, I got Pearls mad, again. Why don't you try to get Rifle to take some food from you? Oh, great idea. And I have just the thing to present her to. Alright, let's present the food. Rifle, I have a present for you. It's chock filled with love. Here you go. Hey, Orla ate my love-filled fish. At least it looks like she enjoyed it, though. I think Orla and I just had a bonding moment. Friendship blossoming with the exchange of some food. Oh, isn't moving, Nick? I think moving might be going a bit far. Anyway, how did you get Rifle to come to you so easily, Pearls? I heard Rifle was attracted to the smell of fish. Mr. Nick, are you saying I smell like fish? Your calendar smelled like fish? Maybe just a little, yes? I guess I need to change my clothes. That's odd. I wonder why Pearls smells like she's holding a bucket of fish. Weird. Orla doesn't usually want to eat at this time of day. But we've even been giving her more food than normal at her regular scheduled meal times. Growing orca, I guess. Is there something wrong with Orla's feeding habits lately? Yeah, something's weird. The new guy, Marlin, feeds all the other animals besides Orla. But the captain and I, her trainer, are responsible for feeding Orla. It was the captain's turn to feed Orla this morning. But Orla keeps coming to me and signaling she's still hungry. She wants my fish, chock filled with love. How long are you gonna keep saying that? She sure is excited to make a new friend. But I don't think the captain would have forgotten to feed Orla. Well, maybe he was murdered before? Rifle and that big creature there certainly seem to love each other. This is Orla the orca. Rifle and Orla are best friends. They belong together like a clownfish and a sea anemone. Care to phrase that in a way that us non-biology majors can understand? You don't even need to be a biology major. Just think of Nemo. He chilled in the sea anemone. Like... Oh, is this orca... So this orca is the suspect. I read in a book once that orcas eat penguins. Don't you worry about that. Orla here is really gentle, and she never eats anything but fish. She's an old sweetheart. As a matter of fact, she even tolerates Rifle picking on her. It's true, she does seem very gentle. She hardly seems like a killer whale. As lawyers, we have to do everything we can to save this beautiful, gentle creature. Wow, you're gonna defend her in court? She's quite the defendant, isn't she? She's the biggest defendant we've ever had. Literally. Oh, Pearls, I have a big favor to ask. What is it, Mr. Nick? It's about my Magatama. Its spiritual power seems to have vanished. Oh, that Magatama brings back memories. I remember pouring my spiritual power into it. That was so many years ago. I guess that's why it's almost out. There you go, Mr. Nick. It should be fine now. Thank you, Pearls. Now I can break psyche locks again. Hehe, I'm glad I could help. Well, I think I'll go find Mr. Marlin now. I have to bring Rifle to him. Alright. Pearly sure seems right at home in this aquarium. You're right. But didn't she say this was her first time here? Apparently. That girl was in the staff corridor earlier this morning. That's why the detective was questioning her. What was Pearls doing in the staff corridor? I don't know. I thought she was Marlon's friend or something. The staff corridor, huh? Something about that doesn't sit well with me. Well, if it bothers you, why don't you just ask her about it? Yeah, good idea. Let's catch up with her. Looks like Mr. Rhymes and Pearls are talking. Oh no, not again. Thanks for that. Hee, it was my pleasure. See you again sometime, Rifle. Okay, let's go, Rifle. See you, Small Fry. Oh, Mr. Nick, I didn't see you there. Hey, Pearly, you and Mr. Rhymes seem to be really good friends. Could you tell us more about your relationship? Well, Oh my god. Not another psyche lock. Pearls, why do I see a psyche lock? I'm sorry, Mr. Nick, but I really shouldn't talk about it. I don't really feel right about digging into Pearl's affairs. But she was here at the aquarium at the time of the incident. Whatever she's hiding could help us in court. Sorry, Pearls, but I'll have to use my Magatama on you.
Take that!
A psyche lock. A lock on a person's heart that only I can see. The deeper the secret is hidden, the more locks there will be. Pearls only has one lock, so I should be able to undo it fairly easily. But if I make a mistake, I'll be locked in a loop and won't be able to move forward. Okay, time to give it a try. Pearls, you have to tell me about your relationship with Mr. Rhymes. Relationship? There is no relationship between Mr. Marlin and me. We're just a visitor to the aquarium and an animal keeper at the aquarium, that's all. But there are areas where ordinary visitors to the aquarium don't get to go. You were here before the incident occurred, weren't you?
Take that!
Yes, that's right. But how did you know? Someone told me you were there. I got confused and went the wrong way. I didn't know it was a corridor just for the staff. But that's all it was, Mr. Nick. I didn't have anything to do with Mr. Marlin. Sounds reasonable. I guess I'd better move on to my next topic. Actually, there's something else I've been wondering about, Pearls. Why do you smell like fish? Fish? What makes you think I smell like fish? Well, there's certain someone who convinced me it wasn't my imagination. Oh, the penguin?
Take that!
Rifle? She's apparently very attracted to the smell of fish. Rifle didn't want anything to do with Athena, even though she had a bunch of fish. So why then was Rifle so attracted to you, Pearls? I don't know. Looks like she's still not ready to talk about it. You had an object with you that smelled fishy too. In fact, I think this has something to do with your secret.
Take that!
The fishy smelling calendar has something to do with your secret, doesn't it, Pearls? Uh, ah! I can't lie to you, Mr. Nick. Well, I'll tell you about me and Mr. Marlin, and about the calendar. That was easy. Phew, it was only one lock, but it sure took some work. Please, tell me about your relationship with Mr. Rhymes. I became distracted by the gift shop almost as soon as we got to the aquarium. Before I knew it, everyone else had moved on and I got lost. I was so embarrassed to be lost at my age. Oh, Pearls, I know big crowded spaces are hard for you. I sort of panicked and went down the wrong corridor. I ended up in the food prep room, and that's where I met Mr. Marlin. I really startled him when I called out to him. He jumped so much he startled me too, and I lost my balance and fell down. Oh, Mr. Nick, I spilled so many fish all over the floor. I guess that explains why you smell fishy. Pardon the pun. Yes, and my calendar fell off my bag and got buried in all the fish too. But it doesn't explain why Pearls wanted to keep it a secret. I think it does. She did say she was embarrassed. Why did you want to hide your meeting with Mr. Rhymes? Well, I didn't want him to get in trouble over feeding sanitation regulations because of me. That also makes sense. And Mr. Marlin said he didn't want anyone to know he was in the food prep room. Huh? Why not? What was he doing there? Isn't his job to feed the animals? Before I spoke to him, he was staring at a calendar. But because of me, he dropped his calendar too. We had to search for it among the fish. Wait a minute. This calendar of yours, it already has writing in it. I kind of figured they've switched calendars. It does, but I didn't write anything in it yet. There's something written here. So, you mind if I hang on to this calendar for a while? It might be a clue to the victim's movements before he was killed. Oh, just a moment. Think we lost signal. Okay, I think we definitely did. Just a moment. Okay, I think we're back. It might be a clue to the victim's movements before he was killed. Alright, but be sure to give it back to Mr. Marlin later, okay? Apparently belongs to Rhymes. It was accidentally switched with Pearl's calendar around 10:10 a.m. Good. Now maybe I'm ready to remove Miss DePlume's psyche locks too. Alright, let's go back to the orca pool. She not here? I guess not. Let's go to the pub. You people again. You're becoming quite the nuisance. If that veterinarian won't come out, then I might just have to give up and leave. Veterinarian? Is that the Dr. Crab Mr. Rhymes was talking about? You are correct. He likes to shut himself up in that back room there and won't come out. But I don't think he's even in there today, so I'm about ready to go home. She sure seems to know a lot about the workings of this aquarium. Suspicious. But maybe a little something about the incident this morning, too. Mr. Wright, this is no time to be standing there thinking to yourself. It's time to put your psychedelic clock skills to work and uncover her secret. Psyche lock, not psychedelic clock. That's Psyche lock, Athena. Psyche lock. Alright. Let's see what we can do here. 2 locks. Mr. Plume, I want you to tell me the secret you're hiding. I'll do nothing of the sort. It would mean breaking my promise. I don't know who you made this promise to, but you will tell me. You're not an aquarium employee, and yet here you are, after the place is closed. That must mean you're connected to the incident involving the owner somehow. Oh ho ho! I don't know anything about the incident involving the owner. No, I think you do. I have a piece of evidence here that suggests you do know something. Alright. Is it the video camera straight off the back? Probably. That does look like her. According to Detective Fulbright, this shows the orca attacking the victim. And the person in this footage is wearing an outfit just like yours, Mr. Plume. Oh? I suppose there is no hiding this bombshell figure, is there? Yes, it is I. And I think I can guess why you're here at the aquarium. You aren't simply a visitor at the aquarium. What you really are here is a police investigator, a witness to the murder, a shapeship employee. Well, witness to the murder. You are a visitor who also happened to witness the death of owner Jack Shipley. That is Oh, I want to say it, but I promised the police. It's no good for you to keep things inside, you know. I'm sure you'll feel much better once you get it all out. I give up. I'll tell you everything. Perfect. Seems we've come to an agreement. If she wanted to tell me this badly, why couldn't she have just done it so from the top? I think anyone would agree that I held it in for as long as I could. But I couldn't be expected to withstand such commoners' badgering any longer. Please, calm yourself, Mr. Plume. And that's top-class badgering to you. You are correct. I witnessed the killer's whale's crime with my own eyes. You got a problem with that, Blue Boy? Boss, Mr. Plume's anger is so powerful. Even I feel like I'm about to explode. You have to do something quick. Please don't explode on me. Could you start with telling me what you saw? I witnessed the very moment the killer whale attacked the victim. I told the police what I saw as well. I'm the sort of person who simply can't rest until the truth is known. Are you perhaps one of my fans? Is that how you knew? That I am the non-fiction writer, Norma de Plume? Oh, that Norma de Plume. So, big fan, huh? No, I've never even heard of her. Well, now that you've figured me out, there's no sense in trying to hide who I am, I suppose. Talking to fans is part of a writer's duty, after all. Oh ho! But I'm not a fan, I tell you. So, what exactly have you written, Miss DePlume? Oh my, you mean to say you truly aren't familiar with my work? I write the truth. I take great pride in my craft, you know? I've been gathering information on Orla, the killer whale, for a year now. I've been very worried about Orla's violent tendencies. And today, my concern was proven to be well justified. Orla isn't violent. She's a sweet and gentle soul. Oh ho ho! The moment you let your guard down with the killer whale, chomp! Ship-Shape Aquarium has always denied the killer whale's violent streak, but it has been rumored to attack people. But rumors are just rumors. They aren't necessarily true. Yes, I realize that, but I only write the truth. That is why I questioned the owner directly. But she refused to allow my research. He even had the audacity to say to me, "You're nothing but a nuisance. Come here day after day. Don't ever come back." It sounds like her research was a bit too much to take. But then, how did you get in here if you've been blacklisted? I have my methods. Oh ho ho. Right. This lady is shameless. We won't let you speak badly of Orla. We're going to defend her. Oh, am I still alive? Okay, we're still good. I'm only stating what I saw with my very own eyes. I came to the aquarium today to observe the killer whale. But on my way to the thing's tank, I heard its cries. You can hear Orla from the visitors corridor? There are speakers there in the corridor up near the ceiling. Apparently that speaker is there so visitors can hear the killer whale sounds. In any case, as I approached the killer whale's tank, I heard its cries. And when I arrived, I saw something terrifying. What did you see? The killer whale stealing the swashbuckler spectacular hat the owner was wearing. And then, the moment it bit him and shook him mercilessly to death within its jaws. What? Orla bit the owner to death? In justice we trust. So I take it Miss DePlume's just finished telling you what she saw. Detective Fulbright. I guess you've already heard it too. Yep, when we took her statement earlier. As you heard, I'm afraid that accidental death is really the only thing it could be. Yes, and a dangerous creature like that cannot be allowed to harm anyone ever again. But she's not dangerous. Sorry, but the prosecutor's office said the case didn't have enough merit to go to trial. Of course it did. There was one prosecutor, though, who expressed an interest in the case. Really? Then, could we have that prosecutor take a look at the investigation reports? Unfortunately, I doubt even he'd take action without evidence of homicide. Look, I understand how you feel, Mr. Lawyer, but maybe you should give up on this one. Not a chance. We'll just re-examine the crime scene and strengthen our case. Well, if that's your version of justice, I won't stop you. We won't rest until we find proof it wasn't accidental death, Detective. You'll see. Let's go, Mr. Wright. Time to check out that crime scene one more time. One more time it is. Alright then, let's start the re-examination pronto. I'm going to check out that mess in the back one more time. Athena, wait, no running. Ah! Are you okay? It didn't look like she tripped, but... Ugh, I slipped. Huh? Orla? What is it, girl? Ah! Athena, are you alright? She crashed into all that stuff behind her. Ugh, I tried to get out of the way, but all I did was slip and fall again. That was a pretty amazing wipeout. Are you hurt? I'm okay, but why did Orla spike that ball at me? After all, the fish I gave her, I thought she liked me. Maybe she thought you were the main entree. Very funny, boss. Ha ha ha. In any case, let's give the ball back to Orla. Huh? Looks like everything got shifted around when it fell on it. Hey, you're right. There are things now that we couldn't see before. Like another ball. I guess Orla really likes them. Look, there's something new by the outline of the body, too. We'd better take a good look around. Alright. Hey, look at this mark on the floor. What do you suppose it is? That's where we stand when we want to play volleyball with Orla. Volleyball, huh? Yeah, if we stand there, she'll spike the ball right at us. So when Orla spiked the ball at me earlier, that was one of her tricks. It doesn't mean she hates me. Nah, she wanted to play with you. She loves volleyball. She used to play with the captain all the time. Aw, Sasha looks so sad. Okay, time to snap out of it. This is no time to be all dejected and mopey like a blobfish. That's right. Time to put a smile and stay strong, right? What's a blobfish? Or do I not want to know? Phoenix, you don't know what a blobfish is? I think that's a pretty obvious fish that a lot of people know. Oh no, that child is hurt. Athena, that's a dummy. What? Call an ambulance. Hey, it's just a dummy. It is? Oh, I mean, of course it is. I was just testing your response to an emergency. Right. Well, I guess we found out that you don't bluff well under pressure. Grr. I guess I'll have to keep practicing then. I wonder what the dummy is for anyway. Oh, that? We use it to train Orla. It's smaller than a human, but it does the job. Some of our tricks can be pretty dangerous, so Orla practices them on the dummy first. Forget the tricks, those bite marks look pretty dangerous. What's this? What's this, a coin? A coin with a little bit of blood on it that kind of looks like the little slit on the back of the captain's head, if I do say so myself. Mr. Wright, there's blood on it. You're right, but it's dried. Do you think it could be the victims? And what was it doing all the way over here in the first place? I'm not sure, but now that we've found blood outside the pool, it just might help us prove. I finished cleaning up the rest of them. You picked up all the coins already? That's right. After the police finished their investigation, they gave me the go-ahead. I haven't found them all yet, though. I'm still missing a few. Well, if they aren't beside the pool, maybe they're in the pool. Let's go to the ladder over there and take a peek at the bottom of the pool, boss. Okay. Look, I think there's something at the bottom of the pool. Hee, I knew it. Want me to go down and check? You can't jump in dressed like that. You'll drown under the weight of your clothes. No, I won't. I'm a pretty good swimmer, you know. Be that as it may, that pool's really deep. I doubt you can hold your breath that long. But maybe Sasha can? I would assume Sasha could. Phew. Phoenix, look at all these coins I found at the bottom. Thanks, Sasha. So there really were more of them down there, huh? We seem to find them all over. I wonder how many there are altogether. Including the ones I put away, there are 300 of them. They're for the show. Sounds like they'd be heavy. About 7 pounds, I'd say. A little lighter than a stringfish. Well, I'd better go put these coins away where they belong. So, 7 pounds of coins scattered around the scene, one of them with blood on it. They have to be related to the case. I wonder how the blood got on that one coin. Wait a minute, could it be? Remember how Detective Fulbright said they couldn't find a murder weapon? Well, what if these coins were the weapon? Huh? How could a little coin kill a grown man? Well, one coin by itself isn't much of a threat, but 300 coins could definitely be used as a weapon. All you have to do is this. Reuse them, put them in a bag, throw them. Throw them. I bet you could kill a man if you threw them hard enough. I don't know about that. I think they just bounce off. Besides, how could you throw them that hard all at once? Yeah, wait a minute. Maybe there is a way to bundle them all together. 300 coins together could definitely be used as a weapon. All you have to do is this. Oh, put them in a bag? If you put 7 pounds of coins in a bag and swung it at some... Oh, that makes more sense. It would make for a pretty formidable blunt instrument, wouldn't it? It would explain how blood got on this coin. Oh, I get it. If that bag of coins is the weapon, then we can use it to prove Orla's innocent. But I don't see anything resembling a coin bag around here. Maybe the killer took it with him. Yeah, it would certainly make it look like Orla did it if they did. You know what I think, Mr. Wright? The bloody coin alone should be enough to prove this might have been a murder. I agree. It shows the possibility of a human killer rather than Orla. Yes, this is just what we need. Let's go show the coin to Detective Fulbright and Miss De Plume right away. Good idea. Let's hope they're still at the pub O'Danger. Oh, you're back. So did you find anything? Of course he didn't. Remember, even if you don't succeed, it's the effort you make that's important. Is he trying to console me? Let's show them the evidence we found. The one that points to the human culprit. Right. Because we won't let Orla be put down. Oh, not that. Please take a look at this blood-stained coin. Eek! Cease and desist at once. What kind of man shows a lady blood? Irk. She doesn't have to get so worked up. What are you terrorizing this lady with? Come on now, let's see it. We found this coin beside the orca pool. We did see a large number of coins beside the pool, but not one with blood on it. We just learned that there's 300 of these, weighing about 7 pounds in total. Now, what do you suppose would happen if a person was assaulted with that many coins? What? So you're saying the coins might have been used like some kind of blunt weapon? If the blood belongs to the victim, then yes, it's entirely possible. But I wouldn't call it decisive proof that the real culprit was human. You wouldn't? Why not? Because there'd have to be something to put the coins in to make them into a weapon. Without that something, it's just not going to be enough to pass muster. But I will say that your theory does seem to warrant further investigation. I'll call the prosecutor's office and ask to reinvestigate from a possible criminal angle. You will? Thank you very much. I really hope Detective Fulbright can convince them. You won't believe the answer I got. When I explained your passion for this case and the police's investigation, they said the prosecutor I mentioned earlier would be willing to take this to court. Really? So does that mean a new suspect has emerged? No, I'm afraid not. To be frank, Prosecutor Blackwell said he just wants to prove that Orca's guilt in court. What? It's Prosecutor Blackwell that wants to prosecute Orla? That's fine, Detective. Thanks for arranging this for us. Well, I must say, you're... There we go. I think. Maybe not. Okay, we're back. Ha ha ha, sounds like a plan. Now, if you'll just come along with me. We have to prepare for tomorrow, and I still have to arrange for an autopsy. Oh ho ho! I look forward to tomorrow. Until then, blue lawyer and yellow fan. I am not a fan! Well, at least we managed to get the case to go to trial. But how in the world do we defend an orca in court anyway? To be honest, I'm not really sure myself. Plus, Miss DePlume said Orla bit the victim. This trial sure isn't going to be easy. But I love a challenge. Ha ha ha. Then we'd ought to be just fine. Guess I should go over that swashbuckler spectacular you were watching this morning. Yeah, we have a formal viewing back at the office. There's nothing decisive against Orla in the security tape, but that doesn't mean much. I'll just have to find a more Wait, I feel like I read that wrong. There's nothing to... Okay, I did read that right. I'll just have to find a more concrete way to save Orla at tomorrow's trial or else. Okay. We shall save. And then I'm gonna take a little break to get a drink because my throat is getting a bit dry. And I'll be right back. Alright, I got my drink. We may continue now. Good morning, Mr. Wright. Good morning. Chipper as ever this morning, I see. I'm just thankful we actually get to have a trial for Orla. As a matter of fact, I just ran a few laps around the courthouse to get extra pumped. And I just splashed my face with some water and to get the sleep out of my eyes. Oh, I also queued the Swashbuckler video so we can watch it at any time. Okay, that might be useful. Thanks. It just might help our case. By the way, you have some serious dark circles. Did you stay up late watching this? What? Me? No, I, just woke up early, that's all. Guess I need to cover them up. I get ragged on enough. I get ragged on enough as it is by Prosecutor Blackwell. Speaking of being pumped, I'm pretty fired up for this trial, too. It's been a while. Hehe, that explains why your hair is spikier than usual. I mean, look at it. It's all super pokey and prickly and stuff. It's amazing. That was a compliment, right? Good luck, Mr. Nick. I'll be cheering you on from the gallery. Thanks, Pearls. It's been so long, I'm actually a little nervous. Good morning, Mr. Lawyer. Oh, Mr. Rhymes. You came to watch the trial? Yeah, Sasha's back at the aquarium with the orca. So, I thought I'd better come here to watch for her. Well, don't you worry. We're going to win for Orla. Isn't that right, boss? Right. One unprecedented trial coming right up. Alright, day 1. Court is now in session for the trial of Orla Shipley. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Humph. Must we waste words on this? Prosecutor Simon Blackwell. Known as the Twisted Samurai, he's a prosecutor who's also a convicted felon. They say he never conducts a trial without his loyal hawk Taka by his side. Mr. Wright, it's been quite a while since I've seen you like that. The lawyer image suits you. You look younger somehow. Thank you, Your Honor. And you look as young as ever yourself. Ha ha ha. Well, I have to keep up with you folks after all. By the way, has the defendant arrived in court yet? Surely you jest, Your Baldness. Did you not receive the memo? The defendant, Orla Shipley, is an orca at Shipshape Aquarium. An orca? Arrangements for this trial were made only yesterday, so I didn't have time to review. But an orca as a defendant? It's patently absurd. Direct your comments to the defense. He's the absurd fellow who insisted on defending an orca in court in the first place. Absurd or not, I will carry out my duty to defend my client. Your duty to defend your crying aunt? Don't you mean your crying orca, Mr. Wright? If we are to proceed, we must treat the orca as we would treat any other defendant. Every soul, may it be man, beast, is of equal value. The question is whether that soul is painted in black or white. Oh, thank you, Mars Bitchelin for the follow. And yes, the Ace Attorney is very peak. Take Taka, for example. He is as human in spirit as you or I. The real question is, am I in for more pain as always? Orca or not, I suppose the defendant is still a defendant. And I vow to render my verdict fairly and impartially. Ahem. Now then, Prosecutor Blackwell, your opening statement, if you would. I suppose I can hardly leave it to someone who knew nothing about the defendant. Very well, listen carefully. The orca murdered the owner of Ship-Shape Aquarium in the aquarium's orca pool. The orca apparently toyed with the victim mercilessly as he died. A sadistic orca? What a chilling thought. And where exactly is this defendant now? Inside this. A cell phone? Prosecutor Blackwell? Humph. Time marches on, your baldness, with or without us. I borrowed this TV phone from the aquarium, which will allow us to interact with the orca. A TV phone? Very well. The court accepts it into evidence. We will be able to view the defendant in question on this large monitor. Fulbright, prepare for transmission. Ha ha ha, you got it, Prosecutor Blackwell. We will proceed with the defendant on telecast. So this is the orca that stands accused, is it? And now we're video calling an orca. Interesting. Aw, she's waving her flipper at us. Maybe she's cheering us on. Orla, wish Phoenix and Athena luck. Oh, it's quite cute, isn't it? And this adorable creature is suspected of killing a man? Orla's really pouring on the charm, huh? She is far from cute. She is a violent, reckless animal. That's right. The name's Bobby Fulbright, and I'll take over the explaining from here. Now, if you could direct your attention to this diagram of the crime scene. Following the report of an orca attack, we, the police, raced on over to Ship-Shape Aquarium. There, we found a guest who says she saw the orca and the victim from the visitor's corridor. As the witness was watching, the orca suddenly went crazy and attacked the victim. The orca was only one there, therefore no one else could have committed the crime. It's not quite finished, but I have a portion of the autopsy report here. Instant death from a brain contusion. There are signs of blunt force trauma all over the body. I can't imagine the terror of being attacked underwater by such a large creature. But attack it did. Prepare yourself for grisly details, your baldness. The prosecution moves to introduce our witness, Fulbright. You got it, Prosecutor Blackwell, in justice we trust. One brave lady whose fine sense of justice compelled her to speak, coming right up. How dare you make me wait? Don't you know I'm a busy woman? I could have written an entire book for all the time I spent in that lobby. Prosecutor Blackwell? Well, I am Norma de Plume, and I'm a non-fiction writer. Am I the only one who isn't telepathic here? Looks like she can read into people's words just as well as I can read into people's hearts. Not everything needs to be a competition, Athena. What? Norma de Plume? The great non-fiction writer Norma de Plume herself? I've read all of your works and enjoyed them immensely. Your million-seller The Great Grief of the Great Thief is one of my favorites. Oh, are you a fan, Your Honor? I could give you my autograph if you'd like. Wait a second. I could swear you looked much different in your photos in your book. Well, I use one from 10 years ago in my books, so that the paparazzi won't harass me. The judge seems so shocked. The visual disconnect must really be doing a number on His Honor's head. Could we get started, please? If I find you to be lacking as a judge, you will see your debut in my books. Such a harsh comment. You really must be the real Norma de Plume. Who knew Miss de Plume was so famous? Enough jabbering. Tell the court what you saw and keep it brief. I would thank you to not order me around. I am perfectly willing to tell everyone what I witnessed. It was the moment of the murder. Very well, then. Please proceed with your testimony. I went to Ship Shape Aquarium to see the killer whale. As I was watching the killer whale from the visitor's corridor, it suddenly went crazy. I saw the killer whale bite the victim to death, with its huge mouth and deadly teeth. Attempting to remain calm, I reported the incident to the police right away. That adorable defendant really did all that? It looks to be much more vicious than it looks. Now, deliver your judgment so I may carry out the sentence.
Objection!
The defense would like to do some defending first, if that's alright. Must you drag this out with your tomfoolery? The defense always has the right to cross-examine the witness, you know. A fellow inmate told me just this morning. If you want something signed, all you need is the document and a witness. Let me guess. They were convicted for contract fraud, right? All we need in this case is the evidence and a witness to convict. It's as simple as that. Looks like I guessed right. Sorry, but as Miss Sykes said, the defense has every right to cross-examine. Isn't that correct, Your Honor? Yes, of course. You may proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. I shall relish the sight of your thrashing around in vain. I went to Ship Shape Aquarium to see the killer whale. As I was watching the killer whale from the visitor's corridor, it suddenly went crazy. I saw the killer whale bite the victim to death with its huge mouth and deadly teeth. Yeah, that's not what the autopsy report said.
Objection!
It would seem that you are mistaken, Miss de Plume. I beg your pardon? The autopsy report doesn't indeed say death thought to be the result of an orca attack. But the actual cause of death is contusion from head trauma, not being bitten. What? But I'm sure the victim was bitten. I don't believe that can be true. The security footage doesn't show anything of the kind.
Objection!
Humph. Just as I suspected. I knew you would peek at the footage behind Fool Bright's back. Well, what did you expect when he wouldn't play nice and share? But unfortunately for you, the footage you saw was only one small part. Huh? Yesterday, after I decided to take this case to trial, I re-reviewed all the evidence. Taka, the evidence I gave you for safekeeping. Guess that Hawk is higher up on the pecking order than Fulbright and Blackwell's book. Very well. Let's view the footage. Oh. What's this? The orca is biting the victim. No way. I have to say that this appears to be very damning evidence. Yeah, not sure how this is gonna go anymore. Dang it. No, I can't believe Orla really bit him. And there is more. Look at this. This photograph was taken while the body was being examined. Well, it shows that the coat is ripped, but I don't see any bite marks. There seems to be a strange bruising on the victim's right wrist. Oh, I didn't even notice that. I'll have the crime lab examine the bruising and calculate its relevance to the case at hand. What's important right now is evidence that points to the orca as the killer. Look at the left side of the body. See the orca's tooth marks in the victim's clothes? Yes, they do appear to suggest that she did in fact bite the victim. I told you so. And then the killer whale swam up toward the surface with the victim in its mouth. However, in the autopsy report, the cause of death is contusion from head trauma. Objection. You are much too impetuous, Mr. Wright, or Wright, don't know. Granted, the orca biting the victim was not the cause of death. The witness was mistaken about that. Then, what explanation was there for what the witness saw? Did I not say in the beginning? The orca toyed with the victim mercilessly. My goodness. After killing the victim, the defendant swam around with his dead body in her mouth. Just like any other predator toying with its prey. Mr. Wright, the hearts of the people in the gallery are suddenly filled with fear of Orla. So the defendant bit the victim after she had killed him. But if that's the case, then we must still figure out how the defendant killed the victim. Prosecutor Blackwell, do you have a sound theory to give this court? I wouldn't be standing here if I couldn't prove whether the orca's heart was black or white. But Orla is black and white. Her body, I mean. Athena, please try not to provoke Prosecutor Blackwell. This witness also observed the actual moment of the murder. Think back, word mistress. Think back to when you observed before the orca bit the victim. Ah, I see what you're driving at. So that was the true moment of the murder, was it? Now, explain it in a way that even these simpletons can understand. There you go again, ordering me around. Stop that this instant. But whatever. I don't mind telling my story. I saw the killer whale before it toyed with the body as well. I saw it the moment it killed the victim by headbutting him. Orla killed the victim by headbutting him? That's right. It rammed the victim over and over again. Recall that the autopsy report stated that there were bruises all over his body. Recall as well how persistent the defendant can be when she's attacking her prey. And we all just saw the killer whale headbutting the victim in the footage. Don't forget. That footage backs up Miss de Plume's testimony. But there's also something very important it does not show. Now, do you see what a menace this killer whale is?
Objection!
I'm sorry, but I can't allow your testimony to stand unchallenged. Look at this footage. The orca certainly seems to be headbutting something. But you'll note that the something is not the victim. Oh? What? I want to look away, but I can't. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore that. Even if it was the victim, you couldn't have seen him from where you were, could you? What? Oh, well, I suppose not. Miss de Plume, did you actually witness the victim getting headbutted by the defendant? Though you couldn't see what the orca was attacking. You didn't need to, did you? Because you knew she was behaving exactly as she had only 1 year prior. Oh. 1 year ago? That's right. Yes, that's it. I knew the killer whale was headbutting the victim. I'm sorry, but could you explain exactly what happened 1 year ago? If you must know, a very similar incident occurred only last year in which the defendant murdered her trainer. What? The orca murdered her trainer, you say? What? Is this really true? This is not looking good for us. It's all in this book. That book? The Killer Whale? That's Miss de Plume's latest work. I was just thinking of picking that up. Last year, the defendant killed her trainer in the middle of a show. The orca headbutted and bit the victim. The same thing she's accused of in this case. Oh no. No, now everyone's even more convinced that Orla did it. We were doing so well, but now everyone in the room has a bad impression of Orla. I don't want to think she did it. But it's hard to keep on believing in somebody who can't even tell her side. Phoenix, Athena, you gotta believe in Orla. There's no way she killed anyone. You gotta save her, please, I'm begging you. Sasha. What am I doing? Doubting my client like this? This is the time to be strong. I believe in Orla, and I'm ready to fight for our clients. I'll take everybody in this courtroom on if I have to. Don't you worry, Sasha. We won't give up on Orla. We'll defend her to the very end. Thank you. Thank you, both of you. We are Orla's lawyers. Who else but us to save her now? We can't just give up on her now. For an instant there, you were afraid of the orca, weren't you, right, Dono? When you saw the photograph of the victim from a year ago, you turned paler than me. He saw right through me. It's obvious you have neither the guts nor the determination to defend the orca. It's true that Orla can't speak, and I don't know her thoughts. But there's a certain someone who believes in Orla with all her heart. I respect and trust she has in Orla, so I'm willing to believe in Orla too. Humph. And what do you know about orcas? Nothing, that's it. So allow me to fill you in. Do you have any idea why orcas are also called killer whales? Because they are cunning and merciless predators that hunt and kill even true whales. So killer whales really are killers? What terrifying creatures indeed. I can't bear to hear any more of such rubbish as trusting a killer. Can you hear boldness? No matter what you say, I will continue to believe. I don't give up that easily, you know. Dullard, you don't know what to give up, do you? Very well, I shall give you a chance to prove just how determined you are. Witness, spare no quarter and lay the full truth on them. Oh ho ho, but of course, that is what I do after all. Prosecutor Blackwell, what will you have the witness testify about? I shall have her testify about what she saw and what she heard. What she heard? Very well, Miss de Plume, please tell the court what you saw and what you heard. The killer whale's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt. But when the pirate hat and the victim came floating up, I let out a scream. So the orca displayed the same behavior as during the incident a year ago. That's right. Those weren't just simple cries, it was singing. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. It kept headbutting when it sang the Swashbuckler Spectacular song. That's right, it was singing the same song it sang in the aquarium stage show back then. It was singing while it was headbutting. Oh, it was perfectly horrible. I don't see a single obvious inconsistency in this testimony. It's clever. I wouldn't be able to take apart her statements with evidence alone. Mr. Wright, now would be a good time for me to put my skills to work. It's time to show what analytical psychology can really do. You seem pretty confident. Let me guess, you noticed a contradiction between the testimony and her emotions. You bet I did. And once we expose it, we just might be able to crack her. No, scratch that. Make it, we'll definitely be able to. Then let's give your knowledge of analytical psychology a try. You got it, boss. A complete analysis of Miss de Plume's heart coming right up. The killer whale's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt. Then why were you sad? Mr. Plume, Orla really frightened you with her headbutting, didn't she? Don't be absurd. I certainly was not frightened by the legs of any killer whale. It must have been something else that scared her then, boss. However, I do remember being very afraid for some reason while it was doing that. It sounds like maybe you saw something we haven't discussed yet. Take your time and try to remember what it was. What else? What did you see? This is practically turning into a counseling session. I saw something. Oh, I remember now. 50%. Let's go. Okay, good. Now, if you could please tell the court what you saw. I saw bright red blood. The the killer whale's ramming caused the victim to bleed. There was a great cloud of blood. What? Yes, that's it. That's why I was so sure. If that's true, why wasn't there any blood in the tank when we went to see it? That's when I knew that killer whale had killed a person for a second time. Well, that was a very compelling statement indeed. Looking at this again, there does appear to be something that could be a cloud of blood. My question is, if this happened for a second time, why wasn't she put down the first time? I feel like that's a pretty big inconsistency here. So her terror was a reaction to blood, was it? That would certainly explain what happened yesterday. Please, take a look at this blood-stained coin. Eek! Cease and desist at once. What kind of man shows a lady blood? Irk, she doesn't have to get all so worked up. I was badly injured during an interview once. Ever since then, I've been terrified of blood. The very sight of it dreadfully upsets my delicate sensibilities. This is a bad turn. If Miss the Plume saw blood, then does that mean Orla really did attack the victim? It would appear that orcas are even more vicious than I am. So, how does it feel to be thoroughly rammed by your own cross-examination, right, Dono? You know, now looking at him, it's like, he is all, like, black and white. Kinda looks like an orca. What do we do now, boss? That testimony was not at all what I expected to hear. Wait a minute. There's still some discord left in Miss the Plume's heart. What? You mean there's more? Yes, but there's no telling what it is. It could be something even more damaging. Is there even anything left to our case to damage? Well, whatever it is, we have to face it head on. Athena, you believe in Orla, right? If so, there's no reason for us to shy away from the truth. Yeah, you're right. I know we can handle the truth, whatever it is, so let's delve a little deeper. You've got it, boss. Alright, the killer whale's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. After it started headbutting, I saw that awful blood and was terrified. But when the pirate hat and the victim came floating up, I let out a scream. Interesting. Wait, she was more scared in the other one. Why would she be more scared of the blood than the actual victim? Huh? Her fear appears to lessen here at this statement. Mr. Plume, weren't you afraid when you saw the victim with blood coming out of him? My, that's a very good question. I was shaken after witnessing a murder, yes, but then the blood seemed to disappear. Disappear? And why do you suppose that was? Simple. It was because of the pirate hat. After the killer whale put the hat on, the cloud of blood disappeared.
Objection!
That would make no sense. And how exactly does that work? How should I know? I'm just telling you what I remember, Blue Boy. Wait a minute. From whom was this blood that Mr. Plume saw actually coming from? Actually coming from? Well, we're trying to prove her innocence, so definitely not the victim. She was outside of the tank. I don't know where he was. Maybe not that. No, no. Well, the only other person in the tank was Orla. Would Orla be bleeding for any reason? Well, she was going crazy and thrashing around. Maybe she hurt herself.
Take that!
Consider this. Maybe the one who was bleeding wasn't the victim. I beg your pardon? What kind of ridiculous nonsense is that? There was no one else in that pool besides the victim. Oh, I wouldn't say there was no one else. It is an orca pool after all. What? Then where was this allegedly injury on the defendant? I'm not sure, but if simply wearing the pirate hat made the blood disappear, then the blood must have been coming from somewhere on Orla's head. What? What? The orca's head? What are you prattling on about? Please think about it again. Mr. Plume, think back to what you really saw. That is, the one who was bleeding was not the victim, but the killer whale. Nah, I remember now. There wasn't any blood coming from the victim after all. Perfect. We did it! Analytical psychology, it got us what we needed from her. That was a huge help, Athena. It was also pretty dicey for a while, though. Well, this is a surprise. The blood the witness saw was the defendant's, not the victim's. That is correct. And since there was no blood coming from the victim, there's only one thing we can conclude. That what Mr. Plume witnessed was not the moment of the murder, as she claims. You know, that could
Objection!
explain why Orla, was so much hungrier than normal. Because that could be her way of trying to heal her wound. I thought you were unarmed, but it turns out you were concealing a sword all along. Nevertheless, it is far too dull to cut to the bone. Meaning? I grant that what the witness saw was not the victim's blood, but it proves nothing. After all, being rammed doesn't always result in a wound that bleeds, does it? Death from internal hemorrhaging is also a possibility. He has a point there. If you wish to challenge me to a duel, you'll need a sharper blade than that, right, Dono? I demand evidence that proves the witness did not see the moment of the murder. Ack! There must be something. Think, Phoenix. If I'm correct, then the victim's death occurred before or after she saw it. Before? If the victim was already dead, then Orla started her headbutting. Then that would mean he died sometime before Miss de Plume was watching her. The events Miss de Plume witnessed took place at around 10:10 a.m. I must have something that can tell us about what happened before 10:10 a.m. Alright, let's see. Anything that has a time. 10 a.m. opening time. Issued can apparently also be used to broadcast. Side. The switch with Pearl's calendar. Kind of leaning towards this. Because it says meet with the captain at Orca Pool at 7 a.m. But would that make sense? Well, the security footage said 10 a.m. 10:09. 10 at 10. I feel like I don't know. Okay, this isn't gonna help. Feel like this is the closest we have. Okay, I'm just gonna cross my fingers and do it. We've only seen the footage from 10:09 to 10:10 a.m. Which means there's still footage going further back that we need to check. Okay, yeah, that makes total sense. Why didn't I think of that? Your Honor, I request that all the security footage be played for the court. All the footage? Miss de Plume witnessed the cloud of blood at around 10:10 a.m., but I believe the victim was already dead by that time. So your assertion is that the murder took place before Miss de Plume arrived? Exactly. The security camera footage starts at 10 a.m. when the aquarium opened. And I believe there is vital evidence in the 10 minutes before. You are quite the gambling man, right, Dono? Are you honestly willing to risk everything on those mere 10 minutes? I've bet on slimmer chances before, but when he puts it that way... My boss is no coward, Prosecutor Blackwell, so I suggest you get ready to eat humble pie. Uh-oh. I can't back down now. Well, if the defense is that confident in its importance... Prosecutor Blackwell, the security footage... Come on, give it to me. Fulbright? Roger, I have the rest of the security footage right here. Very well. Please play it for the court. Please, please have something for me. This is what it looked like at 10:10 a.m. The witness can be seen here. Alright, I'll just back the footage up to the beginning now. It appears Mr. Plume hasn't arrived yet at this point. Now, to see if I can find something from before this point in time. Okay, swimming around. That's pretty normal. Is that it? Yep, that's all the footage there is. Well, Mr. Wright, do you see what you were looking for? We got nothing. Well, Right, Dono? Those were the 10 minutes you placed your bet on. Did you see anything of significance? Did I see anything important? I'd better think about this carefully. In the footage we see... We really didn't see anything, did we? Dang it! We can see nothing of importance in that footage. Just as I thought. Ha ha ha. You're right about that. That section was completely meaningless. It doesn't show a thing. That's why I didn't submit it as evidence.
Objection!
No, it's just the opposite. Huh? What do you mean by that? In this 10 minutes of footage, something important that should be there isn't there. Detective Fulbright, this footage should have been submitted as evidence. What? Are you questioning the way I carry my duty to justice? Mr. Wright, explain yourself, please. Are we back yet? Okay, I think we're back. Alright. Sorry about that, the Wi-Fi just went down. But I think we're back now. This tiny little coin is the murder weapon? Mr. Wright. Oh, oops. Sorry, everything's going wrong. Mr. Wright, if this is another one of your bluffs. As they say, the bolder the presentation, the less confidence the solicitor. This is no bluff, and this isn't the only coin. There are 300 of these coins in all weighing in a total of about 7 pounds. This one just happens to have blood on it. Did you have the blood analyzed to see whose it is? Not yet. But there were coins scattered all over the body, and the victim had a head wound. Taking these things into account, I believe it has to be the victim's blood. So, to put it all together, we have about 7 pounds of coins by the side of the pool, one of them with a blood stain on it. I think the answer is pretty clear here. Your Honor, the defense proposes that the victim was killed beside the pool. The side of the pool? But if the murder took place there, it would be difficult to say the orca did it. I realize you were trying to defend your client, but that theory is preposterous. How could 300 coins possibly be made to hit someone all at once? It'd be pretty easy if they were in a bag or something of that nature. And so where is this bag the coins were in? Unfortunately, Your Honor, we recovered nothing of the sort from the scene. It's possible the culprit took it with them. They took it. The true culprit used the coins as a blunt instrument to commit murder. They then threw the body into the pool before the security camera started up. And then they left, taking the bag of coins wherein with them. They got rid of the evidence that points to a human culprit to pin the blame on Orla. That bag has to be somewhere. That was brilliant, Mr. Wright. You found a way to introduce the possibility of a human perpetrator. Yeah, somehow. Let's hope my luck holds out. I wonder why Prosecutor Blackwell hasn't said anything. Well, he kinda already knew that, since that's what made it so he actually agreed to prosecute in the first place. The possibility of a perpetrator other than the defendant has now been suggested. But if we hold this possibility to be true, then what did Miss de Plume witness? That's right. I saw the killer whale attack the victim, just like it did a year ago, singing a song. I guess there still is that. Even if somebody else as the culprit, Orla's behavior still seems pretty bizarre. I wonder why she was doing the same things she did a year ago. But is it really that bizarre? What do you mean? To explain the inexplicable, all we have to do is turn our thinking around. Turn our thinking around, huh? It sounds good to me. Time to give the old turn my thinking around method a try. You know, I don't even believe she killed her, first trainer either. I feel like she was trying to save both her trainer and the captain, instead of trying to figure out why Orla did the same thing she did a year ago. I should consider the results that were produced by her behavior this time around. Orla sang a song, did some headbutts, and bit the victim. If the real culprit wanted to shift the suspicion onto Orla, then they would have needed to give people a reason to think Orla did it in the first place. Mr. Wright, as her lawyer, how do you explain your client's actions? I believe we should think of it in this way, Your Honor. What kind of effect did Orla's actions have on the case? Very well. Then why don't you explain it for the court? How did the defendant's actions affect the case? They created a witness, they killed the victim, they got rid of evidence. Well, I feel like he just explained that it created a possible murderer, but that's not an option. And she can't be a witness because she can't talk. I don't think she killed the victim. So I believe they got rid of the evidence. The defendant's actions may have gotten rid of evidence. And what evidence might that be, Mr. Wright? Vital evidence that would prove who the true culprit is. At least, that is what I hope. You're not supposed to say that out loud. I'm not asking... Oh. Wait, that wasn't the right answer? Excuse me? Oh, wait. It created a witness. Because it, caught our witnesses now attention. Miss de Plume focused her attention on the orca pool because she heard the song. The orca's act of singing a song created a witness. Exactly. It took me a little while to get there, but we got there. Created a witness. Isn't it possible that fabricating a witness was the real culprit's true intention? After all, Miss de Plume witnessed two things. She saw Orla headbutt something over and over, and she saw the orca bite the victim. Those two actions of Orla's might have been the real culprit's plot to make the witness think the orca was attacking the victim. Are you saying that the defendant was being manipulated by the true perpetrator? Exactly, and that would explain Orla's actions perfectly. But the defendant is an orca. Is that even possible to manipulate her? She's a trained orca, Your Honor. I think it's totally possible to manipulate her. Yes, there is a way to manipulate Orla's behavior with this. The whistle.
Take that!
Is this a whistle? Yes, Your Honor. The trainers at the aquarium use whistles to issue commands to Orla. But in truth, anyone can do it, provided they know the right signals. Ah, that must have been how they get Orla to do tricks for their pirate shows. The true culprit hit the body in the spot that couldn't be seen from the visitor's corridor. Then, when Miss de Plume appeared, they gave Orla the commands. In other words, Orla was manipulated by the culprit by performing a series of tricks. What? And as for you, Miss de Plume, you were manipulated by the true culprit to play the part of the witness. Norma de Plume was set up? Norma de Plume, writer extraordinaire, was used? No. No! Miss de Plume, please do something about your attire. That was one wardrobe malfunction I did not want to see. I didn't want to see that either. It would appear we need to shift our suspicion toward someone other than Orla. Prosecutor Blackquill, please have the blood-stained coin analyzed. You waste your breath. I guess even Prosecutor Blackquill can't refute the possibility of a human suspect. You did it, boss. If the crime happened beside the pool, there's no way an orca could have done it. Now, if only we could find the bag the coins were in. In light of a new discovery, it would appear that the orca couldn't have done it. Exactly, Your Honor. If the blood on the coin proves to be that of the victim, we can unequivocally overturn Orla's accusations.
Objection!
Overturn the defendant's accusation? I think not. Ack! My hair! My beautiful hair! Yesterday, a new inmate was brought into the prison. He said, the moment you relax is when you're most vulnerable. And what did this man go in for? He is merely a sneaky thief who enjoys a spot of fishing now and again. But, right, Dono, here would be easier to hook than any fish. That hawk sure does love the judge's head. The bag! What's this? That coin from before, and some sort of bag? But bag? I don't think I'm gonna like this. This is the coin bag the 300 coins were in. I believe you were looking for this. We were, but... Yeah, how did you get that, for one? And two, where the heck was it? How did you get that? I never said we didn't find it at the crime scene. Seriously? Can you, like, show the things that I'm questioning about? The bag had blood on it, so naturally, I had it sent to the crime lab. Okay, whose blood was it then? And, does the blood belong to the victim? It does indeed, as does the blood on the coin. Okay, what was the point of this whole thing then? I knew it, so the blood on the coin did belong to the victim. The bag was open and the coins had all spilled out. But the bag alone wasn't proof enough to say that it was used as the murder weapon. However, thanks to the defense and the coin, I am more than satisfied that it was. Prosecutor Blackwell, are you conceding that the true culprit committed the murder with the bag of coins? I shall concede that the victim was put into the pool after his death. However, even with the bag, it doesn't change the fact it was the orca that killed the victim. What? How can you still suspect Orla? You said that the true culprit manipulated Orla's behavior. But Orla isn't the kind of orca that would let someone control her. If anything, Orla used the victim's behavior against him to murder him. Huh? What? But... Are you arguing that the orca manipulated a human being? To prove it, I have summoned another witness. Marlon Rhymes. Take the stand. Marlon Rhymes is a witness? Well, don't just stand there. State your name. I told ya, I didn't want to be a witness. I thought one witness would be quite enough to prove the defendant's guilt. But apparently Wright Dono won't be satisfied until every stone is turned. Well, son of a... Alright, fine. If I gotta talk, then let's get this over with. Mr. Rhymes doesn't seem to like a willing witness. I wonder what Prosecutor Blackwell is going to have him testify about. So could you have your name and occupation for the record, witness? Oh, no, not again! People of the law, chillin' with my crew at the spaceship Orca's Penguin and the sea, cleanin', feedin', there ain't no end, but them bratty kids' tours I shall transcend. Noob animal keeper from the House of the Rhymes, I am the master keeper, Marlin the Rhymes. Oh my, I'm afraid I couldn't understand a word you said. Is that flip-flop music you young people nowadays like? How old is this judge? So close, Your Honor, so close, and yet so far. Please proceed with your testimony, witness, without the flip-flop. Okay, fine. But I don't want to do this, I tell ya. I feel like I'm selling Sasha out. You know, I don't even blame the viewer count going down after that. At about 10:10 a.m., I was in the staff room. I heard a loud noise from the pool room, so I went to the door to look in. I couldn't see the captain or the orca, but I saw a bunch of coins scattered around. The orca knows there's a certain spot people stand to play volleyball with her. I think maybe she knocked down the stuff that was piled there and hit the captain. So that gives us a little more info about the area around the orca pool. Okay. The defendant made the stuff fall down? Overturned crates and assorted props were scattered all over the pool room floor. There's no doubt that it was the orca that caused the mess. But could she really have done that from within the pool? As I said, the orca is the only one that could have performed such a feat. The pool and its room were tidied the night before, including its various odds and ends. But when our rhyming Marlin Marlin took a look-see. Over 400 pounds of props had fallen. To move it all in one go would challenge even the brawny prisoner in the cell next to mine. What is he? The jail gossip? So, how did 400 pounds of items fall all at once? I'll tell you how. The orca pulled on the cloth that was underneath them. A weight that would... sorry. A weight that would be all but impossible for a human to move. Was child's play for an orca. During a friendly game of volleyball, the defendant made the crepes fall, and the bag of coins that was among the items fell on the victim's head and killed him. The orca then toyed with the victim's body underwater, which is what Mr. Plume saw.
Objection!
But the witness only said he heard a loud noise. That doesn't automatically make it the sound of Orla making the items fall. Also, why did you only look in on the pool room anyway, Miss Rhymes? Mr. Rhymes. Jeez. That orca sometimes makes a loud noise to summon her trainer. But I'm still a newbie, so I don't have a security card to get in the pool room yet. So even if she tries to summon somebody, there isn't much I can do about it. I see. So the witness couldn't enter the crime scene.
Objection!
If Mr. Rhymes couldn't enter the room, there's at least one thing he can't be sure about. His statement that the orca was playing volleyball is purely speculation.
Silence!
Whether the orca was actually playing volleyball or not is not the issue. Traces of the orca's saliva were found on the cloth that was underneath the crates. The important point is that the orca is the only one that could have moved the items. I have to discredit that statement somehow. If I don't, it would mean Orla was the culprit, even if the victim died beside the pool. At about 10:10 a.m., I was in the staff room. I heard a loud noise from the pool room, so I went to the door to look in. Okay. I couldn't see the captain or the orca, but I saw a bunch of coins scattered around. The orca knows there's a certain spot people stand to play volleyball with her. I think maybe she knocked down the stuff that was piled there and hit the captain. At about 10:10 a.m., I was in the staff room. Wait, no, you weren't in the staff room. You were in... you were in the feeding room. I guess I would just produce the calendar to disprove that. You say you were in the staff room, but is that really true? Of course it's true. Why would I lie about a thing like that? Mr. Rhymes, have you ever seen this calendar before? Hey, that's... I see you recognize it. Yeah, that's the rifle calendar. It's a big hit at the Spaceship Aquarium gift shop. Thank you for shopping at Space Shape. Or Ship Shape. Spaceship. I don't know. Mr. Rhymes, please refrain from scattering fish around the witness stand. Not to worry, your baldness. Taco will have them cleaned up in no time. I guess that bird comes in handy now and then. Alright, Mr. Wright. We have all seen your cute souvenir. Now, if you wouldn't mind. No, Your Honor. This isn't my calendar. It was originally the witness's, but it came into the possession of a certain young lady. What? Mr. Rhymes and this young lady first met each other in the food prep room. After a mishap, their calendars got switched around. They ran into each other at about 10:10 a.m. in the food prep room. So clearly, the witness was not in the staff room. In other words, there's no way he could have heard the noise in the pool room upstairs. Ah! What's this? This is the first I'm hearing about any calendar. That's because Mr. Rhyme and Pearls were keeping it a secret. You lied to me! This transgression will not go unpunished. Arr! So, Mr. Rhymes, you didn't hear the noise of the equipment falling after all, did you? Okay, I admit it. I didn't hear the noise in the Orca pool room myself. But somebody told me about it. Who told you about it? It was, unless you can tell me the truth, Mr. Rhymes, I can't save Orla. And I'm sure you know how sad that would make Miss Buckler. I heard about it. From Sasha. What? From Miss Buckler? But that doesn't make any sense. What is going on here? Now it's the trainer's own words that drag the Orca into a corner. How do you like being bitten by your own client, right, Dono? Ugh. I certainly didn't see this coming. What perfect timing. There was something I wanted to ask Miss Buckler about the Orca. The prosecution calls the trainer, Miss Sasha Buckler, to the stand. Yes, I suppose it would be a good idea to hear what the Orca's trainer has to say. I don't know what Sasha is going to say, but I'll just have to meet it head on, whatever it is. We will take a 20-minute recess while the witness is summoned. Okay. Okay, let me just quickly see if we're still continuing on, if we're ending here. Only take a second. Think we're continuing on. Alright, let's continue for now. Mr. Wright, are you going to cross-examine Sasha? I guess I'll have to ask her about the noise from the stuff falling down. Mr. Wright, Mr. Rhymes, why would you lie? I didn't want Sasha to have to appear in court. I thought if anyone had to testify, it should be the one... I should be the one to do it for her. But why would you go to all those lengths? Did you see the entry for the 20th on that calendar? The note about meeting the captain at the Orca pool? Yeah, I found that calendar in the nap room. I think it's probably Sasha's. What? Then that means... I guess it does look like more of a woman's calendar than a man's. What does that have to do with anything? It's a penguin! Sure, it has like rosy cheeks and a pink hat or whatever, but that can easily be a man's calendar as well. I didn't want suspicion to fall on Sasha. Mr. Wright, I gotta go back to the aquarium to look after the orca in Sasha's place. I'll be rooting for you on the other side of that TV phone. Please take care of Sasha. Will do. Okay, we can't let Prosecutor Blackwell get the best of us. Time to refocus. You're right. After all, we're the only ones who can save Orla. Exactly. The court will now reconvene. Prosecutor Blackwell, please call the witness to the stand. Again, you waste your breath. Me name be Sasha, and I be one of Captain Orla's swashbucklers. I come to rescue me bucko from the false charges put on her by dread pirate No Stash. No Stash? Yeah, don't question it. I guess No Stash refers to Prosecutor Blackwell this time. Well, it can't be the judge. She has a mustache and a full beard. Now then, Captain Judge, shall we begin the pirate court? Captain Judge? I rather like that. It makes me feel like a salty old sea dog. End scene. How is that for a self-intro? The court is not a show. State your full name and occupation. I'm Sasha Buckler. I work at Shipshape Aquarium. I perform in our Swashbuckler Spectacular pirate show along Orla and as her trainer. Well, you seem a completely different person now. You really think so? Thanks. I was in my pirate show persona just then. Prosecutor Blackwell said I could introduce myself any way I like. I'd bet money he didn't think you were going to do that like that. And what will this witness testify about? The orca manipulation the victim into playing volleyball and then knocking the items down. The witness will report about hearing the noise that caused the victim's death. Now, wait just a minute. Sure, Orla uses the ball to break props sometimes. She even spiked the ball at the giant octopus's leg yesterday when I was cleaning. So, Orla was the one who broke that leg, huh? But she couldn't have knocked down that huge stack of equipment with her ball. Her little ball. Humph. I thought you were paying attention to the trial over the telecast. But you apparently know nothing of what we have been discussing. The Orkla. Just mixed Orca and Orla together. The Orca knocked down the equipment by pulling on the cloth that was underneath it. No one said anything about the Orca knocking it down with a ball. What? Is that what we're talking about? Nah, I came in here to give Prosecutor Nostache good kneel hauling. But I'm the one who's getting the cat o' nine tails. Oh, he's as vicious as a tiger shark. Miss Buckler, just focus on your testimony and you'll be alright. Don't worry, we'll take care of that tiger shark for you. Thank you, Athena. Okay, I can do this. My testimony will be phenomenal. Alright, Miss Buckler, please proceed with your testimony. I admit, I heard Orla summoning me with a loud noise. But the aquarium guest scream I heard over the walkie-talkie was more urgent. I walked to Norma de Plume first, and then went to the pool room with the security guard. The equipment was everywhere, and the captain was lying in the middle of it all. She doesn't? I was distracted at the time, so I don't really recall which one I heard first. I was lost in thought until the guard brought me back to myself. Sorry, I'm no help. As long as the order remains unclear, I shall not alter the prosecution's claims. After killing the victim with the bag of coins, the orca toyed with his body in the water. I have to turn things around here somehow. Unless I can prove the sound Sasha heard was not the sound of the victim's murder. Blacko's claim that Orla pulled down the equipment to kill the victim will stand. If I want to save Orla, I have to find a contradiction, no matter how small. Very well. Your cross-examination, please, Mr. Wright? I admit, I heard Orla summoning me with a loud noise. But the aquarium guest's scream I heard over the walkie-talkie was more urgent. I talked to Norma de Plume first, and then went to the pool room with the security guard. The equipment was everywhere, and the captain was lying in the middle of it all. Was he in the middle of it all? I feel like he wasn't so much in the middle of it all. Then again, I don't really have a picture of the crime scene. Let me press it for now.
Hold it!
What do you recall about the scene exactly? I don't remember much, to be honest. I was in total shock from seeing the captain like that. If you ask me something specific, I might be able to remember, though. Specific questions, huh? Okay, let's see. What should I ask her about? the things scattered around. Jack Shipley. Let's ask about the things scattered around. Could you tell me more about the things that were scattered around? They were equipment and props for the new show. The new show? Yeah, we were supposed to debut a brand new swashbuckler spectacular yesterday. We already defeated the giant octopus in No Stash after all. We were going to have a new nemesis, Red Stash. He's on the flyer. I see. Oh, that's the flyer Rifle was distributing. Who will obtain the golden coins hidden in the Skull Rock? Oh, I wish it could be me. Leave it to you, Athena, to know all about it. Arla's even gotten some new tricks for the new show. I see. So, all the stuff that fell down was for the new show. Is that it? That's right. A bunch of props and crates and other equipment stacked up. Your Honor, for the record, I'd like that information added to the witness's testimony. Very well. Miss Buckler, please append what you just said to your testimony. Sure thing. The props for the new show were everywhere, and the captain was in the middle of it all. Does that really change anything? Maybe we need the other info as well. These props for the new show, what kind of things were they? A blow-up dolphin, an anchor, Red Stash's costume, the bag of coins, stuff like that. The captain was wearing his usual costume and props, and the props were all there. Wait a minute. Something about that doesn't seem right. Is there a problem with Sasha's testimony? What did she say? Okay. Blow up dolphin, an anchor, Red Stash's costume, the bag of coins, stuff like that. The captain was wearing his usual costume, and the new props were all there. The new props were all there. Okay, he was definitely wearing the right costume, I would say. I would think so, anyway. Oh, wait a minute. Where did the scarf go? Okay, there is a problem then. You say the captain was wearing his usual costume, but is that completely accurate? Come on, Phoenix. What are you nitpicking my testimony for? If we look at the body, we can see there's a discrepancy between that and your statement. You stated that the victim was wearing his usual costume, but you'll notice the victim was wearing a red scarf around his neck. I imagine this red scarf is part of his costume for the new pirate show. Oh, you're right. It's written right here in the flyer for the new show. Featuring the dashing Red Stash with fluttering red scarf. Although, I have to say, it just looks like a red scarf was added to his old costume. Yeah, well, the captain was never one to spend much money on costumes. But, you know, the captain wasn't wearing that red scarf. But in this photo, I believe I see a red scarf. Yeah, but it's not wrapped around his neck. It's draped on top of his neck. That red scarf was packed away with the rest of the new show's equipment. It must have fallen on top of the captain when the equipment fell down. Oh, I see. It looks like your discrepancy wasn't really a discrepancy at all. Great, we're just going in circles. This is super fun. So, the scarf doesn't have anything to do with the case. But there's something about the timing of the stuff falling that bothers me. Oh, I think I get it. Because that means the stuff fell, or the stuff falling was the last thing that happened. Which means the whole pool thing happened first. Hold on, the timing of the stuff falling. The timing. Maybe my theory has been all wrong from the beginning. Maybe the bag of coins isn't the murder weapon. Heh. And so your last cross-examination ends in failure as well. You should know that such a feeble slash will never hurt me. As I said, the orca made the equipment fall and then toyed with the body in the water.
Objection!
She was just trying to get people's attention to help him. That's what my belief is. I'm sorry, Prosecutor Blackwell, but based on the circumstances at the scene, the defendant couldn't have dragged the body into the water after the equipment fell. And why, pray tell, is that? Oh, why... I'll tell you, alright? If my theory has been all wrong, then I'll just have to fix it. Yes, Mr. Wright? Please do tell the court. What indicates that the body was not dragged into the water after the items fell? The scarf.
Take that!
This red scarf fell at the time as the bag of coins. But if the body was dragged into the pool after the bag of coins fell, then the red scarf wouldn't still be on top of the body. What? In other words, the victim was already dead when the equipment came crashing down. Therefore, the bag of coins that fell with the red scarf was not the murder weapon.
Silence!
But it was the defense who claimed the bag of coins was the murder weapon to begin with. Well, yes, that's true. Do you intend to abandon your original argument? After hearing the testimony, I realized my theory about the murder weapon was wrong. Please recall the facts we have learned so far. It's a fact that what Orla bit was the victim's dead body. After all, when we saw the victim on the security footage, he was already dead. But then, Orla carried the victim's body to the side of the pool and knocked down the equipment for the new pirate show that was piled up there. Maybe Orla was trying to alert the humans to the victim's condition. Yes! If Orla knocked the items down on the victim after he was already dead, then it means the defendant didn't kill the victim with those items. But that's preposterous! Even still, your argument is lacking. If neither the orca's headbutting nor the bag of coins were the manner of death, then how do you propose the victim was killed? We'll get there eventually. A very good point. If the defense is now abandoning his original theory, then we would need a new theory as to what the murder weapon was. Alright. I doubt I have no clue would go over well. Alright, let's go over what we still need to find out about the victim's body. Then we don't know is... Wait. What we don't know is how he died and why his body was at the bottom of the pool. I wonder if there's something that would explain both of those things at once. Alright. How did the victim's body sink to the bottom of the pool? On a diagram, it's easy enough to move the body to the bottom of the pool. But in real life, the water would just cause the body to float. Exactly, especially a dead body. Right. Hold on. Water. Okay, then what if we flip that around? What if there's no water? Then the body would go right down in an instant. Why would there be no water? So, could the real manner of death be falling? But then where would Orla be? Thanks for the great hint, Athena. What? I helped you? And I didn't even know it? Your Honor, I think we know the real manner of the victim's death. It would definitely kill him, especially blunt force trauma to the head and everything, but like, why would it be empty and where would the orca be? I think won't do, Mr. Wright. I expect a clear answer. Now then, what was the real manner of Jack Shipley's death? What's the manner of the death that moved the victim to the bottom of the pool in an instant? Falling. Please be right. Please take a look at this diagram of the orca pool. If there was no water in this pool, then it would be very easy to move the victim's body to the bottom of the pool. He would drop straight down. Oh my. Could that be the true manner of death? The orca pool is about 65 feet deep. If the victim were to go from the top of the pool to the bottom, then when there was no water, then he would, without question, have fallen to his death. Death from falling? Nah, and that's your answer? It all makes perfect sense. If he fell, that would explain the signs of blunt force trauma all over the body too. The culprit pushed the victim into the pool when there was no water in it. After doing so, to keep the body from floating up, they filled the pool with water. The pool water washing away all signs of blood, so no one would realize that he fell. That would make sense. Yep, surprisingly, that actually makes sense. Probably used the rock to hold him down, which is probably why Orla was smashing herself into it. Order! Order in the court! I'm just as surprised as you are, but I must have order. If falling was the manner of death, then does that mean the defendant's behavior was the result of being manipulated by the true culprit as the defense claimed? Yes, it would have to be. All that needs to be explained now is how the real culprit commanded Orla. Miss Buckler, is there a way to instruct Orla to bite someone? What? What kind of trick would that be? Of course not. Then, could you tell us about the tricks Orla does know? Well, there's jumping, dancing, and playing volleyball. And she can spin, do the rock and roll trick, and sing the Swashbuckler Spectacular song. Those sound like pretty nice tricks, but I doubt they're related to this case. She's also practicing 2 new top secret tricks. There's the human rocket, where she shoots somebody up into the air. And then there's the lifesaver trick, where she brings a drowning person to the surface. Hey, one of those top secret tricks might have something to do with the case. Maybe saving the drowning person? Now, which of those 2 tricks sounds relevant to the case? I think that's pretty obvious. I don't think you even have to ask me. So, in the lifesaver trick, Orla brings a drowning person to the surface, correct? You caught it. Orla's still learning how to hold someone gently in her mouth. So, she sometimes bites into their clothes, but she never hurt a person's skin. She brings a drowning person to the surface? Then that must be it. And then the killer whale swam up toward the surface, with the victim in its mouth. That matches up perfectly with Miss the Plume's said in her testimony. The real culprit must have used the lifesaver trick command to manipulate Orla. I still find this very hard to believe. Then let's see it for ourselves. Let's have Orla show us her trick using a practice dummy. As you wish. The prosecution doesn't appear to have any objection with Miss Buckler. Please proceed. Okay, sure. I'll show you Orla's phenomenal trick. Hey Marlin, are you ready over there? Okay, let me just go get the practice dummy. There. It's in the pool. Ready and standing by, Sasha. Here goes. Orla's secret new trick, the lifesaver. Oh my god, that's adorable. The clothes got torn up a little, but the dummy doesn't have any new marks on it. And there you have it, Orla's secret new trick. Wow, that orca is really something. A cute little thing like that wouldn't hurt anyone. Sounds like the gallery loved Orla's performance. That was great. That awesome trick captured everyone's heart. Ho ho ho, wonderful. I wish I could see more. Looks like we silenced Prosecutor Blackwell. Thank you, Orla and Miss Buckler, and thank you too, Mr. Rhymes. And so now you can clearly see how Orla was manipulated. The bottom of the orca pool needs to be examined immediately. We might still find some evidence of the victim falling to his death. Prosecutor Blackwell, please have that taken care of at once. Excuse me? Prosecutor Blackwell, but I am requesting further investigation? Gah! Tisk tisk, Prosecutor Blackwell, you have to answer the nice judge politely. Oh, that's right, I almost forgot. The thing you asked for just came in. Nah. And you couldn't be bothered to think of a less violent way to deliver it? What did Prosecutor Blackwell ask for? I've been waiting for this. Oh, and what is this? What is that? An updated autopsy report. What? Why did it have to come now? During the recess, I ordered the body to be re-examined. Something started nagging at me during the course of the trial, you see. Here. I take it you'd like me to read it? Very well. Cause of death. Thought to be from 65-foot fall. There you go. But this is decisive evidence that substantiates Mr. Wright's theory. What? Is something good? It's something good for a change? If the manner of death was falling into an empty pool, the orca can't be responsible. It seems Orla's complete innocence has been proven. I suppose I can't deny that. This is fantastic. You did it, Mr. Wright. Prosecutor Blackwell isn't even trying to refute it. Orla is saved. Yeah, it's never that easy. Yeah. Is it really safe to celebrate? It would appear more investigation into this case is necessary. But first allow me to render my verdict. The court finds the defendant, Orla Shipley, not guilty. It really was that easy. Okay. Still, we have to investigate more. And find out who the real killer is. You did it! Thank you so much, Phoenix. Thank you, Athena. Orla and Marlon, thank you too. Congrats, Sasha. Time to celebrate. Go on, eat up. Aw. Hehe. Glad to see everybody so happy, and I'm absolutely thrilled about the verdict. Thank you, Right, Dono? Huh? For what? Humph. The drained pool. Thanks to you, the truth is finally clear. Fulbright. Arrest this woman. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna be defending her now. Great. Certainly. Right away, Prosecutor Blackwell. Sasha Buckler, you are hereby under arrest for the murder of Jack Shipley. What? What are you talking about? What reason could you possibly have? Come now. You must have had some idea in the back of your dull little mind. The true culprit manipulated the Orca in order to have false charges brought upon her. And who is the only one with the ability to accomplish that? Okay, I see your point, but she cares for that Orca so much. Like, that's impossible. It can only be the Orca's trainer. But I'm sure there's some other explanation.
Silence.
I don't need any of your baseless counter-arguments. Have you forgotten? In order to enter the Orca pool room, a security card is necessary. A security card that only the victim and Sasha Buckler possessed. If Buckler is the only one who could have caused the victim to fall to his death. Ah! What? I still don't believe it. Somebody could have stolen the card and then returned it. You know? No, I don't believe it. Miss Buckler was so upset by Mr. Shipley's death, she couldn't have done it. That too. Fulbright. We asked the security company yesterday to check their security card logs. Their report just came in during the recess. The night before the incident, Sasha Buckler used her card to enter the Orca pool room. After that, not a single person entered the pool room. Not until the incident was discovered, when Miss Buckler and the guard ran in.
Objection!
But no one would commit murder where their card usage was being recorded. Apparently the aquarium employees don't know that their card usage is tracked. What's more, Miss Buckler was seen arguing with the victim before the incident. So, Miss Trainer, what were you arguing about? It was a private matter. But it wasn't anything I would kill him over. That's ridiculous. Miss Buckler is the only one who could the only one who entered the room, and she knows how to command Orla. Besides, I thought her suspicious from the very beginning. You suspected Miss Buckler from the start? The orca did tricks because someone commanded her to do so. Possibly someone with a heart so black as to make her own partner the murder weapon. The possibility the orca killed the victim. The possibility a human manipulated the orca. I looked into both. So he suspected both Sasha and Orla all along. Humph. My gratitude to you, after all. You were the one who drew out that information about the lifesaver trick. The orca you saved was an unwitting victim. A victim made to look like the weapon that killed Jack Shipley. No! Alright, come along then. Let's have a good long talk. Wait, I didn't kill the captain. And I would never try to frame Orla. Why would I hurt the ones I love like that? Sasha. Phoenix, Athena, you gotta believe me, Don't worry, we definitely believe you. Sasha didn't kill him. I believe that with all my heart. There's gotta be something we can do. I feel the same way. Could I have done something differently? But never in my wildest dreams did I imagine things turning out like this. Hmm. It would appear that this case has taken on an entirely new aspect. But this trial is only concerned with a ruling on the defendant, Orla Shipley. So I'm afraid this concludes today's trial. Court is adjourned. Alrighty then. And that will be the end of today's stream. I hope everyone enjoyed the stream today. We got some good progress done. Orla is now innocent. But now we have a new person to defend, Sasha, so we'll be doing that tomorrow. I don't have a time for stream yet, but yeah, just keep your eyes open on my social medias. I usually post when I'm live on X, Twitter, or Instagram. So, yep, just keep your eyes peeled. And I'll be uploading these VODs on my YouTube. I've got an episode 4 uploaded. I'm uploading episode 5 as soon as I go offline, and this first part of episode 6 will start uploading tomorrow. So, yep, just keep your eyes peeled. And all I have left to say is bye for now.